Daddy's home.
Look out. Legs are coming in.
Hi. So anyway, if you're just tuning in, we are 4K Kings. I am Matt.
I'm Russ.
And we are the home of Blue News, physical media news, reviews, skews, and what else, Matt?
Audio problems.
You always have an answer, and I never do.
Friendship, as I already said, but no one can hear me, but I want them to know.
I even forget friendship.
Friendship. Dude, we've been friends for years, and you forget that we're here in the spirit of friendship, talking about the things we love.
That is true, man. That is true.
And welcome back, everyone, now that you can hear us. We're so happy to be here. Welcome all of our new audience members, all of our old audience members, everyone out there. Thank you for making us 6K Kings over the last few weeks. We really appreciate that.
And then some.
And then some. Thank you for always supporting us, giving a thumbs up to our videos, commenting, interacting with us. That's what makes this community great. And we appreciate being here tonight to talk about all the things we love with all of you.
Mm-hmm. It is kind of a loose week, though.
A little bit of a loose week.
Nothing too heavy.
No.
That I came across personally.
No, I mean, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a loose conversation. We'll see how this goes.
Loosey-goosey.
We might have some giveaways tonight to celebrate our newest milestone.
That's true. That's true. Stay tuned and brush up on your 4K Kings history, because the giveaways will include trivia.
It's a walk down memory lane.
Oh, it is. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'm in editing mode. I'll throw in Nas.
Lindsay in the booth. How are you? How is everyone out there? Where is everyone tuning in from tonight? Do we have some new audience members out there and old as well?
Hey guys. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the chat already. I feel like this is like a really busy chat.
Busy chat tonight.
This is awesome.
Busy chat.
So thanks for joining us. Yeah, let us
That's
know where you're
what happens
from.
when nobody can hear you.
More people want to attend.
I got to talk to somebody. We're not entertaining them.
Not at all. Do we have some people from the U.S., people abroad? Who are we talking to tonight? I know I'm talking to you. Russ, where are you from?
Well, originally I was born and raised in...
No. Let's see.
That's a good question. Were you born in Delaware?
Yes.
You were? Okay.
I sure was.
I did not know that.
Yep. Now that everyone knows where we are and knows where I am,
We've talked about
I can be found.
We're in North Delaware.
Now I can be found.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
And your address is?
I don't have one. We just stay here in the studio. Russ, what do we have coming up tonight?
Severin Kids. That's what I was going on about when no one could hear us. You guys remember Severin Kids?
It's probably a good thing. No one knows what Severin Kids. Of course, we know what it is. Have they ceased putting titles out? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I thought they were off to a great start. They did Drop Dead Fred, Don't Go in the House, and then I just felt like that little side thing just fell apart.
They kicked it off with that movie that traumatized me as a child, The Peanut Butter Solution.
Wait, so it is still going on?
I mean, that's the first title they ever did.
Oh, I thought...
For Severin Kids. And I was like, that makes total sense. It's I can't even look at the cover of it.
Yeah.
The cover art. That's a good subject.
It did. It just popped in my head. Like, wow, Severin Kids. That was so bizarre when it debuted, and I don't recall hearing anything else about it since.
Movies that traumatized you as a child. That's a good segment.
Toxic Avenger.
Traumatized you?
Well, because what happened was I was 8 years old, and it was at a sleepover. Like, it was my friend's birthday, and it was like a group of kids. Mm-hmm. So you're already in an environment. I don't know, if you're a male child in the 80s, you can't get scared and cry in that environment. And we all, the parents there, they just saw this cover, and it's Toxic Avenger, we're putting it on. We're watching a young kid on a bike get run over by these mean adults, and then they back up to run over his head just because they're playing a game and keeping score. At 8 years old, I didn't understand the comedy.
Oh no.
At 8 years old, I did not understand what trauma was all about. I didn't understand the humor, so it was just playing like deadpan violence to me.
Yes.
But then like a year or two later, I watched it and I adored it, and I laughed my ass off at my initial reaction.
Well, I feel like there's a lot like that have moments or just entire movies that just gave me a feeling that I don't want to revisit. Even if I looked at it now and was like, this is dumb, or this is whatever.
It was specifically that bike scene.
Yeah.
And if you remember the movie, the way it sets it up, they even show like he's walking out the door. Bye, Mom. I love you. And all this stuff. Just for the drunk guy, the drunk crowd who's doing coke and, play a game and crush his head open like a watermelon.
Well, That is terrifying, dude.
Hey, dude, I was surrounded by other kids. You know, you can't act out and be like, oh, I don't want to watch this. You got to be like, yeah, to play it off. I have PTSD.
What movies traumatized you as kids? Let us know. Drop us a line out there. Maybe we'll come back to that. But that is I'm always curious to know, like, what is the thing or the moment or the acting or the sound or whatever it was that just hit really weird as a kid?
Yeah, a lot of times for me, it wouldn't be a movie as a whole. It would just be like a random scene where the way the music would cue up. And what was, for instance, Pet Sematary didn't scare me, but Zelda scared me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the stuff with Gage and the cat and all that, I didn't care at all. But wow, just Zelda existing, laying in that bed terrified me.
Yeah, that hit pretty hard.
And then years later, I learned that it's an actor playing it.
Right.
It's a male.
It's a male playing.
Which adds to like the uneasiness of it.
Yes.
You're aware something's off even underneath all the prosthetics and the makeup, which adds to how eerie it is. But it would always be little moments, not necessarily I would stay away from, you know, I'm not going to watch Friday the 13th.
You would just
it
look
was never
away.
like that.
Maybe
it
look
would always
away.
be like little moments, sometimes not even in horror movies, you know?
Well, if you forgot what you were watching, this is 4K Kings. I am Matt.
We were watching a great discussion. Wow.
A great discussion.
I'm never opening up to you again.
No, Russ, open up all you'd like, but I feel like we got to move along with the show here. We got to make our own segment. We got to make our own segment that's just dedicated to that. We should build it in.
You could have just said that.
Should have built it in. Sorry, Russ. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
This is Toxic Avenger all over again.
Let me at least tell the people what we're going to be doing tonight, and then you can unload on some more. Tonight, we're going to be talking about some 4K announcements from Criterion, Paramount, Kino. Got a little Umbrella love in there. A couple of other rando STEELBOOK announcements, and a lot more. Me and you talking through it. Like you said, it's a little loose.
I'm never talking to you again.
What else is new with you? How about that best 4K transfer of all time video that we put up?
Got a lot of hits.
I'm glad to know that we finally figured out what the people want from us. Because I feel like, you know,
It took us a couple years.
It took us a couple years to finally put up a video that was like, whoa, there's some action. People really love that. Maybe there's a part 2 in the future. That'd be nice.
I'll definitely be a part 2.
Part 2 in the future.
I always say that every time. What do I tell you? We just shot a segment earlier today. And what did I tell you? I was like, dude, we can do 6 of these.
Best soundtracks of all time.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just
our
skimming
favorites.
the surface.
Yeah. I'm just skimming the surface with Dumb and Dumber. We'll have to put that on the side. But one thing I wanted to bring up though about that video that we put out, our best 4K transfers of all time video. If you haven't watched that yet, check it out. If you have, let us know what you thought. But there's one moment in the video that's like blink and you miss it that I put some work into that I really wanted to make sure got a little bit of shine here.
You texted me on the side. You're like, Russ, pause it at 1:13.
I know. I want to know your opinion. So, Lindsay, if you could throw this up, I wanted to share the wonderful photoshopping job I did on Lawrence of Arabia. You made a joke and you called it Florence and her labia. And not only do I want to point out the stunning and near flawless font, reenactment here and how it looks. But what you might have missed because it was on so quick is that the sun that Florence or Lawrence, you might call him, is riding against on this camel has been slightly replaced by what is a rose, but I will tell you looks very, very similar to possibly a vagina, possibly a labia, but I feel like it was such a subtle detail that cracked me up so hard when I put this together. I was like, Russ, did you see it? And you were like, oh, I think I saw you wrote Florence and her labia. I was like, I did, but did you see? I know it was quick. It was meant to be quick.
Did you?
But now it's here for a long time. Did you see the vagina I did? Hey, Russ, I made a vagina. You saw it?
If you didn't, I'm going to bring it back up.
I want everyone to see what a Photoshop whiz I am.
I mean, no, man, you did a bang up job.
All
When I
right.
first laid eyes on it, I thought it was everything blue. I thought it didn't. He did this one.
Look at this great Sony Steelbook of Florence and her labia. It even comes with a digital code, 60th anniversary. No, I mean, I know there are people that are dying for a Lawrence and...
They're dying for some labia.
They're dying for Lawrence, but apparently this thing is sold out everywhere. But not Florence and her labia. You can get that anywhere. You can get that anytime.
Dude, will you print this out and sign some copies for the audience?
God.
Original artwork.
Original artwork. I'm sorry. I just wanted to give myself a pat on the back and share that one more time.
You deserve it. That's honestly, I It's great, man.
Florence and her labia.
Hey, we said this is going to be a loose news week.
It's going to be loose. Speaking of other loose news that I wanted to mention, because I like to bring up characters like Richard Gere a lot. I like to bring up Kevin Costner a lot.
Yeah.
And you like to, call them, like, what do you like to call them? Like, they're kind of like, I don't know, one note. You usually mock them.
Damn, you always set me up.
You usually mock them.
I don't. When have I mocked?
I don't know.
All right, Kevin Costner, yes. When have I mocked Richard Gere?
I don't know. Whenever I call myself a gearhead, you kind of are like, what movies has he done?
No, I always say I'm honestly vastly unfamiliar with his catalog.
Well,
but I've never had anything. Yeah, they're both okay. Yeah, personally, I just don't dig on Kevin Costner.
Why?
I never have. He's just too milquetoast for me.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
he's
meant. Just
very one note.
Like for instance, De
guy.
Palma is one of my favorite filmmakers. Untouchables is a great film. I feel like if you cast someone else as Jim Garrison or JFK, see what I mean? I just named his character in JFK. Even in JFK, if you cast anyone else as Jim Garrison, I don't think it would have affected the movie.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Not that he's bad or anything. He doesn't get me all revved up.
Well, I'm bringing up Kevin Costner for a reason, and I'll see if the audience can guess why. Because he was in the news lately, the other day.
What did he do?
And I'll have you know, Russ, that he himself,
he got a standing ovation, didn't he?
Is possibly a 4K king. So I wanted to show a quick news article here. Who Kevin Costner was promoting something. And someone asked him about, DVDs, physical media, or whatever. And he goes off. He's like, what do you mean dead? What do you mean dying? It's not dead at all. And basically giving this great quote about how, a lot of people that like my movies, they can't get to the theater. They're waiting for a certain moment. Yeah. You can't make a film just for opening weekend. You have to make it for its lifetime, because how many times do certain movies go back in the theater? Never. How many times do movies make the streaming for like a year and then they're gone? It's like he gets it. It's like the movies I make, I want people to be able to have forever. And call that hubris. Call that...
It's hubris, but I agree with his hubris.
I do too.
And I understand why he's saying it. I mean, let's face it, where does the vast majority of physical media being sold at in terms of brick and mortar stores? What is the one? Who gave up on it? Best Buy, right? Where did it go to? Walmart. Who do you think watches Yellowstone?
Me. Not yet. I really like to, though.
Not yet. Who do you think the vast majority of people who watch Westerns, who watch things like that, they're going to be more old school.
Old school whiteys.
Right? Who shop at Walmart. Who would buy DVDs still. What I'm saying is, it is very advantageous for Kevin Costner to have this opinion. But, of course, I'll take it. He's right.
He is right.
I dig it. I'm in that camp he's talking about, but...
He's right. And
I mean, come on now, dude. If those DVDs that he's currently shilling weren't flying off the shelves, would he be saying this?
Come on, DVD's not dead. He knows it's not. I want to shout out Slash Film, too, for doing their little Photoshop thing where Kevin Costner's like clutching onto open range, and he's like staring at it like... John Connery's like, what are you doing?
They should have did 3,000 miles to Graceland or whatever.
I mean, it's no Florence and her labia, but good job, Slash Film.
And again, dude, I don't hate him or anything. Like I said, he just doesn't do it for me. He's never ruined anything. There's some, like, I love Untouchables. There's a few things I like JFK. He doesn't, he's not one of my favorite actors.
Any Kevin Costner love in the chat, Lindsay? Do we have anyone giving Kevin Costner his due for his love of physical media?
Yeah, he's getting some love for Field of Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
For Revenge. The fact that he stood up for physical media.
See? Come on, Russ.
Dude, you led this with hate. You led this. Because your whole premise of this was, hey, Russ, you hate this guy?
Well, now you shouldn't, is how I was bringing it up.
I know. I got to defend myself. And that's why I'm like, look, I just don't dig on him as an actor specifically. But of course, this is great.
I want you to throw your opinion out the window. That's what I want. I want you to look at this and say, you know what, Matt? I was wrong the whole time. Kevin Costner, my guy.
That's right. That's right.
Not going to happen. All right. The other thing, I don't have a picture of it, but the other thing I thought was kind of cool. Michael Caine, fairly recently retired from acting, and someone's got a hold of his Twitter account or whatever it is. I doubt it's him, but I guess it was like a shot of like some cabinet or something in his house, and Michael Caine owns every one of his films on DVD. Like there wasn't any pictures of any other movies, just his. And it was like a foreign one. It was like, like every movie. That's like awesome. In a row. Yeah, it's pretty cool. F yeah, Michael Caine. Russ, have you picked up anything lately? Any new pickups recently? Anything in the last couple of weeks? I've got actually nothing.
I picked up Michael Caine's filmography.
In a bargain bin, $1 a piece. Some of them look like that's where he got it too.
Nah, I picked up a few, Matt. Let me share.
Yeah, I have a lot of pre-orders in June, which I've basically committed to at this point. I still have an opening to cancel them, but I think most of my stuff's coming in June. What do you got? Just
arrived yesterday. I haven't gotten a chance to give it a spin, but I picked up the Sony Steelbook of American Hustle. We didn't even cover this on this channel, but I'm a fan of this movie. I dig David O. Russell. I like him a lot. I said this to you years ago, and we talked about it before the live stream, but I did. I told you, I said, the first time I saw it, I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I liked it. But I happened to catch it a second time, and the second time I watched it, I was laughing way more because I understood what was going on with the plot. I didn't have to pay as much attention. I was just laughing more at the mannerisms and the performances.
Yeah.
And these are all phenomenal actors. They're all phenomenal performers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, dude, I couldn't pass that up. I had to get this Steel.
I enjoyed that movie.
American Hustle.
I've seen it once. I like David O. Russell as well. We talked about Myra Huckabee's 100 times.
That's right. One of your favorite movies is David O. Russell.
And you know what? One thing about this movie, I could kind of take or leave Jeremy Renner in pretty much most things, but I actually really felt for him in this movie.
Exactly. This is one he's one of the Kevin Costner types that I really don't buy in much.
Yeah.
But I liked him in this too. I'm with you.
Yeah, because he was kind of getting played a little bit. Yeah. And you felt, you know what scene it was that I really felt for him?
What's that?
When he's gifting Christian Bale the microwave.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is he's getting played, but he doesn't, and you almost feel like, wow, I'm really fucking over this really nice guy.
And I think we untapped something there. I think a lot of times Jeremy Renner gets cast as Avengers, The Town, Wind River, as the bad. Honestly, I see him more sympathetic. I think he should do more roles like that.
Yeah,
he'd probably go up in my ranks.
Okay, what else you got?
I did forget to bring this the last time, but of course, we're 4K kings. I had to get one of the Steelbooks of The Crow, dude.
Which one did you get?
I grew up on. I don't even remember. This was the only one that was available at the time I went to order.
So this wasn't a first choice or anything?
Nah, but honestly, there was no first choice. My dream choice would have been a Steelbook with the original artwork.
Right.
But to be honest, in person, when I got this, it's nicer than I was expecting. Even the blue on it with the white doesn't offend me as much as it did in the initial images we looked at. But
the Crow 4K. You check it out. I read in many different places, including I think some people that commented that the transfer is awesome.
I popped it in only for a couple minutes. But yes, I can confirm it looks amazing. I haven't sat down and really dove in, but yes, from what I saw. And again, it's one of those movies. I used to watch this at 12, 11 years old on VHS.
Right.
It's a transfer.
Yeah.
This is in 4K, shot on 4K, shot digitally on this.
Yeah.
This is, wow, I remember it this way, and whoa. Yeah. Again, it's 4K Kings, and as an 80s baby, I got the Scream Factory.
Oh, dude.
The Killer Clown Steelbook, man.
I wanted that to be on sale for the Shout sale. It wasn't. And I almost got it, and I had all these other Shout ones, or all these other Scream Factory, the Blob. I had a bunch in there that I was like, all right, I'm going to pull these are all half off, but that one wasn't, so I abandoned the whole thing.
I almost pulled the trigger on Halloween 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Because they were down about $18 in that same style as Carpenter's original that we have.
Yep.
But again, I haven't popped it in yet. Let's not kid ourselves. If you're watching this channel, you've probably bought this movie about 4 times now, just as I have. So. All right. Another thing I picked up was this Arrow release of NARC. I'm a fan of this movie, dude. I remember when this came out, I believe this was his first film, Joe Carnahan.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's perfect. Actually, your boy's a producer on it.
Who is?
You know that. Tom Cruise, buddy.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if you were aware of that.
I was not aware of that.
Hell, it's got Leota, Jason Patrick, Tom Cruise. I'm surprised you didn't pick this up.
When I saw it get announced, it didn't really ring a bell to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe I need a trailer or something to remember, but I don't know.
No, it's good. It's kind of like a Reservoir Dogs, we're in one location, intense acting between basically it's like Leota, Jason Patrick, and of course Busta Rhymes.
Of course.
Naturally, right?
Naturally, he's there.
No, but it is. Again, chance to dig in, but I remember enjoying the performances immensely. And it's, of course, like damn near everything. Every time Ray Liotta gets brought up now since he passed, I'm just like, I want to watch NARC. Like,
yeah.
You're putting out NARC? Oh, yeah, I got to watch NARC again.
Ray Liotta.
But I didn't stick with Carnahan after this. I remember watching Smoking Aces based on the strength of NARC, and I didn't enjoy that. So, but I do like NARC.
Lindsay, the producer, and I saw Smoking Aces in the theater.
How did that go?
It was not great.
No Busta Rhymes?
No Busta Rhymes this time.
There's your problem.
That's my problem.
But almost, maybe the most noteworthy of everything I picked up.
I want to see this thing.
I don't know if any of you guys out there are aware of this monstrosity.
Dude, this is like the newest craze.
It's sweeping the nation.
It kind of is.
So I was just, browsing one day, Matt, and I saw this artwork come up, and I was like, that's incredible. It looks like a DVD, but it's advertised on the top as a 4K, and the price was $10.99. I had to take a chance. I had to say, what the hell is this? And of course, I did it with Escape from LA, because if there was any title I'm going to do something chintzy with, I want this sitting next to my Grand Deluxe Collector's Edition of Escape from New York in 4K I have. Yeah. I actually got the bundle of Escape from New York from Screen Factory. So if I'm going to dip into this weird bargain bin shit on 4K, I got to do it with LA.
Dude, it's in a DVD case.
And listen to this. When it arrived in the mail, now I fixed it. When it arrived in the mail, one of the discs was loose too. This was like buying a DVD back in 2007 or something. Oh, it was great. Look at this thing, man.
All 4 formats. There's a lot of titles being released this way.
I know, dude. I looked it up.
Like,
I think Shutter Island was one.
This
Interstellar.
We got Interstellar.
And I have a question for you, Matt. What do you think this is good news or bad news for collecting and physical media in general?
I think that this is not a bad idea for repackaging certain hits to try to maybe convert DVD people maybe into Blu-ray or 4K. The only thing that pisses me off about any of this, and I don't want to say pisses me off because I'm not going to be in the market for this personally, but I wish the box was not the DVD case box. I feel like they're catering these movies maybe to DVD buyers in the hopes to try to drag them in with Escape from LA. As everyone knows, this is the gateway drug to 4K.
Well, just to loving film in general.
Of course.
Escape from LA.
Of course.
I mean, you can't enjoy Escape from New York without seeing Escape from LA.
Right. No, you cannot. You have to see, it's like a 1-2 punch.
I don't know, dude. I kind of respect the audacity.
There's a little audacity there.
There's a lot of audacity in this. No special features. And what's funny about this, if you're a collector as we are, there's a Scream Factory special edition of Escape from LA that has commentaries and featurettes and all that. None of that is present here, which makes me laugh even more. So ultimately, I'm with you. I think this is good. I think this is going to convert casuals.
Maybe.
The price, $10.99. Dude, if you want to just watch Interstellar, and Interstellar is an incredible looking 4K, $10.99 is a steal to do that.
It is.
Maybe you don't want all that packaging and features, Yeah. And like you said, it's a gateway. Maybe you'll start with something like that. Then, I love this. Damn, now I got to get that film vault version of Interstellar.
Gotta have it. Yeah. Lindsay, the producer, any chatter about the 4 format, one great price releases? Anyone picking these up? Anyone seen these before? Anyone enjoy these?
Just one person, Vader, was here, so that they think it's a pretty good idea.
Just one person.
Yeah.
It's okay. There's one person behind us, Russ. There's one person behind us on this.
But
you are not.
I will say that somebody else, Victor Fontaine, picked up the Escape from LA 4K at the $10 price drop. So you are not alone.
Oh, wait.
You're not alone.
Wait, Victor, they're saying they did the same thing I did. I picked up the $10.99. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. $10.99, all 4 formats, even the digital code. Well, speaking of Interstellar, just a quick little aside before we jump into like the main news, but I saw that, and I don't know, maybe you'd be in the market for this. I don't know. I saw this was announced on Amazon UK first, in the same way as The Nightmare on Elm Street, where all of a sudden there was an Interstellar Ultimate Collector's Edition 10-year anniversary. with no picture, and it was 4K, and it was like whatever, same exact price, I believe, as the Nightmare on Elm Street. And then like a day or two later, Zavvi had like a post on Instagram showing what the box looks like, and they're also selling it. So I at least wanted to show, because I don't know, I know you're maybe kind of like on the fence about watching Interstellar. Will you not like it? I don't know if anyone out there is in the market for a collector's edition of Interstellar or Inception. Both of these, it's hard to kind of tell here, and there's no other shots other than this, but this is a steelbook inside, and it says that the outer box is a rigid hard box.
That's nice.
So it's not like, flimsy cardboard. It's maybe a little harder, and there's a steelbook, but I don't know what the art is. They have released steelbooks before, Zavvi, so maybe it's like the same Blu-ray ones or whatever's before that they're just using again. I don't know.
All right, well, let me ask you and let me ask the audience. I am someone who has never seen Interstellar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest Christopher Nolan fan, but I am in no way a hater, and I've never hated any of his movies, but there are a couple I'm just kind of lukewarm on. I dig McConaughey. I love Anne Hathaway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Matt Damon fan.
Okay.
What do you think, Matt? You've seen it. You're more familiar with how I am with science fiction films than the audience will be. But in general, what do you think? Is this worth a blind buy? I'll tell you this right now. That cover's badass. I like that art, and I like that it's rigid.
I mean, you could look at it like even if I enjoyed the film, but it wasn't my favorite thing, at least I have one of the best reference quality 4K discs that's ever existed in a really nice ass box in a steelbook of all things, which I know you also like. So, I mean, there's that. I will say it's $51.99 or something, like US, like that's what it is. But you're getting a 4K and 2 Blu-rays in there. Inception's included in this. This isn't its 10th year anniversary, but they're celebrating Interstellar's 10-year anniversary with this, and it comes out September 16th. You can pre-order it now. I've got that Nolan collection. I'm okay, but if something like this from Memento came out, that's when they would get me. And I know that someone did something that I really liked in blue. I think it was 88 film, not 80 films. I'm saying that wrong. Who was that? 101. Was it 101?
You're talking about the Blu-ray of Memento?
Yeah, 101 something. I can't remember the name of the company that did it.
I know what you're talking
about.
Yeah,
but they did a Blu-ray box. If somebody put a 4K box out, I would get it.
Even Inception, that looks awesome.
It does, dude. It looks really cool. So I don't know if anyone had seen these, if this is something that anybody's interested in picking up solo.
I'm sorry, is this Zavvi US or UK?
It's US, and you can get it on the UK Amazon site as well.
These are going to sell out so quick.
They could. I mean, I like this picture doesn't scream hard box at me, but I like that that's what they're mentioning that it is. So I don't know if anyone's picking these up. I did want to share one other thing with the audience and with you too, Russ. But and it's tied in with this. Where is it? So, as you know, we've been loving on Sony Steelbooks quite a bit. The different titles they're putting out, just the quality of them, and so forth. And a couple of months ago, an announcement came out for another Sony Steelbook, and it's this. And it's a movie called Paprika.
Oh, dude, I have that in my kitchen.
And when I saw, and mainly I'm curious to know from the audience, not you, Russ, but I do want to explain where I'm going with this. So, again, like we're paying attention to announcements, and when I saw that Sony was putting a steelbook out of a 2007 anime film, my 4K, my interest was piqued. I was like, what is this? They've been putting out American Hustle and Rudy and like all these different classics lately. And I was like, what is this 2007 anime thing that they're putting out? So I was intrigued. So then I kind of dig in to try to find out what it's about. And a lot of the commentary about it is that Christopher Nolan borrowed, stole, whatever you want to call it, a lot of the concepts and ideas for Inception from this movie Paprika.
I remember hearing about that when Inception came out.
Do you really?
I do.
Are you being serious?
I'm being serious. I remember, maybe not like, but I've heard this in the past. I remember people talking about this.
Yeah. So all of that put together, it was like, okay, it's a Sony Steelbook. I like it's people are appraising this as being like a fantastic, like mind expanding, like sci-fi, that they're likening it to Inception. I was kind of intrigued. So I put it in my little save cart until it kind of like, because these Sony Steelbooks start off pretty expensive. I think it went down to like $22.99. There was like a sale on Blu-ray.com. I saw it. It was like half off, or something. Nice. I was like, let me blind buy this thing. it's really nice looking too.
It is.
It is a really, really cool movie, I must say. I really did enjoy it, and I can see exactly where people are coming from calling it Inception-like. I'm not too familiar with a lot of anime classics. I've seen Ghost in the Shell. We've seen Akira together. So I don't have a huge like background with it, but this movie really did impress me. And the 4K quality of this disc was absolutely insane. And I know the director of this is pretty prolific as well. Like I know we're both not huge anime people, but I just at least wanted to show this and see if there's any other fans for this movie out there. Is there any chatter for paprika, the thing that's found in Russ's kitchen?
I'm sure
Lindsay?
there is.
I'm curious.
I'm a pretty good cook.
We had someone say that they have the smoked version.
That's class.
Russ, they beat you on their quip.
Sexy Monkey said that yes, Inception only took about 80% from paprika.
Dream bigger, Nolan.
It was pretty. It's like obviously it's an adult movie it's an anime, but it's an adult movie. It's not something that's geared towards children. The ideas, the subject matter, the language, there's nudity. You know, it's like it's made for me. But
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever seen an anime that's geared towards children. Any anime I've ever dipped my toes in, it's been pretty goddamn adult. Dare I say, was it porn I was watching?
You might have been watching hentai. Well, I wanted to share, since I haven't picked up anything, at least something personal from my collection.
That's right. Back to the grill again.
I really liked it. Paprika, Sony. When's Sony going to sponsor us?
Would I like it? That's true. We never have anything negative to say about Sony.
Never. Come on, Sony. At what point do we start to get things for free? And what's the subscriber count we need to get to? Because that's where we need to be.
He's cussing out the screen right now.
I mean, I don't want to get to a point where I've got to talk about like the 30 Kino Lorber titles that were sent to me in the mail yesterday. Or maybe I would.
Do it. Sell out.
Speaking of selling out, I wanted to bring up one last update, Russ, and that is from our good friend Sylvester Stallone. And he has finally put a pre-order link up. He himself has finally put a pre-order link up for the Rocky 4K Knockout Steelbook Collection. Here it is. This is it. He's looking right at you. He's saying, hey, Russ.
I feel like this has come out about 5 times already.
I bet you the people that are buying this feel the same way.
I'm sure they do.
All the people that have bought all these releases that keep coming out. So the release that you had to see coming, and because I've actually seen some people pissed, like, oh, I gotta, now the one I just bought's worthless. It's like, how did you not know? How did you not know? How, are you that new to the game?
Yeah, that's, I mean.
I live and die by not getting double dipped on. You know, like I'll wait my whole life to get a box set of Tarantino before I double dip on anything.
Yeah, you'll hurt yourself, and you will spite yourself.
Exactly.
But with Rocky, come on, you know you're getting this.
So now this is literally the picture we have seen before. However, now the titles of the movies are on there, and of course you've got them all. You've got including the Rocky vs. Drago cut, that making of Rocky vs. Drago, keep punching. Why they keep putting that on the cover, I don't know. Now you've got Rocky 5, our favorite, and then Rocky Balboa, including theatrical and directors. I feel like a few streams ago, we talked about the differences in the two. Now you're not going to have to guess anymore.
Why do they have that on the cover?
Why do I need to know about that making of?
The one featurette you got on the list.
It just like muddies up the, it just muddies this up. Get rid of that. It's like, let's trim down the PowerPoint presentation here a little bit. Let's get one less bullet. I like the star bullets you're using. Let's get one.
One less. Try to get one thing right with this release.
I know. So here it is.
Rocky's the biggest loser when it comes to 4Ks, man.
You're also going to be able to get a Rocky 5 and Rocky Balboa Steelbook to complete your collection. Are you ready to get this yet?
I told you, I just want Rocky 5.
I think that's what's going to be on our top 5 of the list of the year. It's got to be.
The only good Rocky movie is 5, Matt.
5.
Come on. I live outside of Philadelphia. I know what's up. It's 5. That's the one everyone loves.
Well, I thought
little insider knowledge for you guys out there. Rocky 5, that's where we eat our cheesesteaks and celebrate Rocky 5.
I also like how they tell you when your digital code's good too on there. They really put every piece of information you needed to know. Look, you've only got like 2 months. Like 2025. Or does that say 2026? Okay, they give you 2 years. That's not bad. I was going to say, what are they going to rip you off that quick?
It's like fine print, the collection.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if anyone out there is excited for this at this point. I know. It's laughable. That's why I keep wanting to bring it up, because of all the iterations, all the, news items about it, all the trickling of like finally what we should have had last year.
And I still haven't bought it.
And we still haven't.
I'm not going to.
And I hope it's issue-less.
I want it. I'd love to have the original. God, I've said we've covered this so many times.
I know, dude.
I'd love to have the original on 4K in a nice packaging.
You're not going to
take a set, but this is one of those, and I feel like most people feel like this with this franchise. This is a set. You wait until it drops to about $20 on Amazon, and then you pick it up.
And then you pick it up.
It's never a necessity, because we know these are the practices they do with this franchise.
Yeah, let's wait till the Steelbook box set gets down to about 40. That's less than 10 a movie.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'd pay 40 for 5. I'd pay $40 for Rocky 5.
Just 5 alone.
Yes. Yeah,
got it.
And more.
Is there a director's cut? Is there a Rocky 5 director's cut?
He had final cut. That's why it's the masterpiece it is, Matt. You don't need a director's cut. What we saw is
the only one that needs to
exist. That's Adelson's true vision.
Russ, are you ready to get into the news?
Wait, was there something wrong with Rocky 5?
Absolutely not.
Something needed improvement? Clarity? What are you talking? A director's cut.
Rest in peace, Tommy Gunn. Are you ready for the news? Are you ready to get into the hottest? As if we didn't already cover the hottest news.
Lindsay in the booth. Anybody out there giving Rocky 5 some love?
Absolutely not.
Touch me and I'll sue.
It's a big negative.
Touch me and I'll sue. I didn't touch you.
I'm ready for news.
You ready for news? So, Ross, we got some news tonight. I also wanted to just share before we jump into that. Coming up soon, everyone can keep their eyes peeled for a few hot videos, including our boutique wish list.
Oh, that's right.
The titles that we want certain boutiques to put out, titles that haven't really gotten much love to begin with, but we kind of tell the studios how we feel. This is the movie that you need to put out next.
We are doing their job for them.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. We'll also have our best soundtracks of all time video coming out, some 4K comparisons, and coming soon, 10K subs maybe.
Maybe.
But
Definitely.
first, Russ. An update to one of our most popular segments of all time. Right below the best 4K video of all time, that is. The perfect start to our 6K stream. A title that maybe divided us, but not the audience. And that is Twister. Ooh. A little update for Twister. We got regulars for Twister now. Here it is. All the Steelbook haters that were like, I want my Twister in 4K.
Wait, when you say regulars, it still has humans being on it, right?
It's still going to have humans being on it. It's still going to have human being.
Oh, that's a relief, man.
I know there were crickets before when we brought this up, but I feel like the numbers don't lie. There are a ton of comments after the fact.
Remember I told you we were debating behind the scenes, like, hey, what should we put out from the live stream? And Twister. People love that. You're not alone, Matt. You are not alone in your long way down love.
My long way down love. Yeah. So this is Twister, the regular edition, the complement to the Steelbook, which I've already pre-ordered the Steelbook. I want to do a little side by side. So here's the Twister regular, and here's the Twister Steelbook. Now, I got the Steelbook. I was excited for that. But when I saw a comment about the Steelbook where someone stated it looks like bad clip art, I haven't really been able to unsee that tornado and like the things flying. It kind of does look like clip art. And now I'm like, they're right. It does. I prefer this tornado, truck, and cow flying here. I just wish that was on my Steelbook.
I do too. If you go back and watch our video, I pointed out that out of Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt, and the whole entire cast, I like the cow the most.
You like the cow the most?
I think it's great that they finally put the True Star on the cover.
Finally, there. I mean, Goo Goo Dolls will still rock just the same.
Put them on the cover.
I would have loved it.
What was it, Johnny Resnick?
Johnny Resnick. And honestly,
we got that right.
We
That's
did.
Sad. We both got that right.
We got it right. Of course, I knew the answer.
I know. All right, I got it right.
I'm actually surprised how many humans being fans there were. There's a lot of people that commented that said, Russ, you are wrong.
That shocked me. And well, the reason why it shocked me, and look, I don't hate Van Halen or anything, but I was 14, 15 or something when this movie came out. Yep. I wasn't tuned into pop culture. I wholeheartedly do not remember that song existing.
Me neither.
At all.
At all.
like I do remember I joked with you about Long Way Down, but I do remember that existing.
Yep.
I do remember a music video with scenes from Twister, but the Van Halen one, that it sounded like Mad Libs to me.
Yeah.
Misspelled Mad Libs at that.
Humans being.
Yeah, maybe that hit in 96.
I don't know.
I don't know, but
when it comes on, when I watch this movie, when we get it, I'm going to just probably like laugh a little to myself.
yeah, the whole movie's hilarious.
I can't wait.
It's so like
Joe!
anybody out there who's pre-ordered this and hasn't seen it in a long time, I don't know, maybe if you're not the richest person in the world, you want to conserve, save some money, you might want to watch it first and before
we're just going to get it
before you cling to that pre-order. I'm just telling you, it's pretty cheesy.
When Bill
it's
Paxton,
a pretty cheesy movie.
I love when Bill Paxton's just like he's always got a scream dialogue because there's always wind. Everything's so he's always yelling his dialogue.
Yeah.
Joe, it's not gonna bring your mom back.
That's one
whatever
thing,
he's saying.
That's one thing I will say about the excitement on this title, and you mentioned that previously as well, is the Dolby Atmos for a title like this is going to be insane. I completely agree with the excitement about this title over that.
Bill Paxton screaming in Dolby Atmos.
So what? Your mom died. You gotta get over it. Sounds like Keanu Reeves.
You gotta get over it.
And I told you,
what, your mom died.
I love Bill Paxton, but he's playing the straight guy role in this movie, and he's better when he's Chet in Weird Science. He's better when he's the best thing in True Lies is his scumbag character. You know?
Yep.
And he's too much of a straight guy in this.
True.
It's not. It doesn't hit for me.
Okay.
I know it gets love.
It's getting love.
Don't kill me out there.
I do want to talk about the release date really quick because you made fun of me about this, how quickly I pre-ordered it, and it was like the release date was like December 2024, and I like jumped on the pre-order right away. Then it went to January 2025. Now it's been bumped up. Now all the Twister fans are going to be able to get it July 9th.
And like I said, it made no sense because this whole release is coinciding with the sequel coming out.
I just don't think that companies...
So pushing it back to next year, Jesus
made
Christ,
no sense.
The newer one would have probably gotten their own video release before this if you push it back that far.
It just seems like a lot of these companies, or maybe it's just Warner, I don't know what, just don't have plans. Like this is all Warner Brothers. They feel like they never have any plans for these titles. It's like, let's just get it out there and we'll mess around with the release date. People are going to get it. We'll just figure it out later. That's what it seems like for like 5 titles in a row.
Yeah.
They've got no release dates. Last piece of Twister news, something that could divide us all, including the people that are really excited about it. Are you ready for this, Russ? Are you ready for this? So let me see if I can find, hold on one second, please, my thing here. Okay,
no
here it is.
DVD-ROM features.
This is supposedly on the right-hand side, the 4K transfer, first screenshots of it from a trailer that I think was released. And then on the left is the Twister original, like Blu-ray. So what a lot of comments initially were, as obvious as you can tell, is everything looks green. This has been ruined. This is not what I want. This is not what I like. Like, look at how much different that is, and so on and so forth. That was obviously initially all the comments. Then there were some other comments stating that our boy Jan de Bont, obviously, he's come back to supervise this transfer, and that there were a lot of people that were basically defending it, saying this is how it should look, has always looked when you're looking at it from the theater perspective. On the Blu-ray, certain things were keyed up or keyed down for that format, whereas this is what it should look like. And some of those replies were actually pointing people to like weather.com and some other websites that had all these articles about how when tornadoes, massive storms are like brewing, the sky turns green. And how when they originally did this, they tried to make it as, true to life as possible, making certain situations look greener because of that's like a natural phenomenon. So people are a little torn on, what they're looking at, but seems like there is some reason behind it.
If it's the latter, I'm against it.
What latter?
You're saying, so when this originally, I saw this in the theater.
Yes.
But it's funny. The only thing I remembered when I walked out, because I had just seen The Shining for the first time, like 2 years prior. I was like, I was telling my girlfriend, I love that movie that was on the drive-in. And I didn't like the movie we just watched.
No.
But we should go watch The Shining. No, if you're telling me that It never existed like this.
No, it did in the theater.
Oh, it did.
At home release, it always looked like that Blu-ray one. It got tuned. Some colors got tuned for the Blu-ray.
I thought you were saying Jan de Bont came back.
No,
in 2024 and made it look green, but the technology wasn't there to do it. No,
this is the original vision from it in the theater. This is just what most people know it as because we grew up watching the DVD and the Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's dicey. I can see both sides.
How are we feeling in the chat, Lindsay? Is there any hot debates?
Double A said that they believe theater is reference. That was one comment. And then earlier, Jordan said it looks like the movie was put through the Matrix filter.
The Matrix filter, yeah.
It does look like that.
Sexy Monkey says that they have the German version and it is not heavy green.
Okay.
Well, there's options out there then.
There's options. So I don't know. I just thought I would share it. I'm not gonna cancel my pre-order.
No.
I would never do that.
Was the music video for Humans being altered in any way? It was for green.
I think they may have remastered that video as well. Okay. I remember a lot of fake lightning in the background. Yeah, wasn't there? Was there? Were they playing in a storm?
Natural because when Van Halen plays, it looks green around you.
Looks. Should we review this film when it comes out? I feel like this would be a great review for you and I to do because I feel like, we'd set it up and give it its place in history. And then maybe after I watched it, I would be able to, really try to support it. And you would probably be really trying to tear it down and somewhere we'd meet in the middle.
Not necessarily tear it down. Like I said, I get why people love it, especially if you're a certain age. I get why people would love this movie. It just a lot of things fall flat in it. For me.
Well, I know you pretty well, and I could see that happening.
No, but dude, I'm looking at it objectively.
Are you?
I'm not looking at it like, for instance, if I said, what you're thinking my thoughts on Twister are, if I said that about, I don't know, name another movie that you think I'd say that about, another blockbuster movie from the 90s.
Independence Day.
I was about to say, Independence Day. You would think I'd have similar thoughts, right?
Maybe.
I've never seen Independence, so this is a bad example. But what I'm saying is I'm judging Twister on Twister's merits.
Okay.
I'm not going into it thinking, hey, this movie is going to be for Russ. No, I'm judging it as, okay, this is a blockbuster Hollywood film in the same vein as a James Cameron type movie. You even put Bill Paxton in it. You know what I mean? And it falls short even. I told you, True Lies to me is better than Twister.
Are you judging Jamie Gertz on her merits?
I'm judging her on her obscene amount of wealth. She needs to give back. America is struggling.
Eat the rich.
There is a class divide.
It's pretty messed up how quickly, it's not quick, but like he discards her pretty quickly to get back with Helen Hunt.
You haven't seen it in 20 some years. Wait till you rewatch it. The whole movie is cringe. Food, dude. There's one part like we're gonna go. Helen Hunt, like, hey, you guys want to stop? We'll go to my aunt's house and get something to eat. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Cameron from Ferris Bueller, they're all like, food. It's like, it's like hanging out with a bunch of 9-year-old boys or something.
They are. They're storm chasers.
But I'm saying it's so cliche. It's so over the top. I don't know if maybe is Jan de Bont fluent in English?
Maybe not
completely. Maybe that's part of it. I'm being honest. But there is just something. It's like The Room. It's like there's just something. A little.
Jan de Bont figured Speed out okay.
It's not clicking on a human level for any of the stakes or anything. They can't even spell it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, but on top of all that, as a spectacle, as nostalgia, as all that, yeah, I understand why it endures.
And it still endures to this day. Russ, do you want to do a giveaway?
I would love to.
Would you like to do a giveaway? Would you like to stop talking about Twister until we get it in the mail, watch it, and review it for the good people at home? Would you like? Let's do it. Let's do a giveaway.
Let's do a giveaway.
So we're going to do a giveaway for everyone that's out there. What we would like is we're going to ask you a question, and then we're going to take a look at the responses real time, and we're going to pick our favorite.
What are we going to do when they're keying in their responses?
We're just going to talk.
Some friendly banter.
Friendly banter. But I did want to show. So I'm not going to show too many details, so I'm going to try to keep it a secret, but we're going to do a couple of giveaways throughout the night. We're going to do some mystery grab bags, kind of some unopened, sealed, hard to get, out of print, steelbooks.
Out of print, steelbooks.
Some out of print.
Yeah. Is it the single of Humans Being?
Humans Being coming up soon. We'll also have for everyone, a 4K Kings Blue News and Reviews sticker. there will be a 4K Kings magnet that says, "We crave stimulation for its own sake," which we do.
We need to put that quote on 4K Kings condoms.
And then one of my favorite stickers, "Long live the new flesh," just for the hell of it.
We need to put that on 4K Kings condoms.
Everyone will get everyone will get those 3 things plus a random title that we will pick for you when we send this out. So the question is, for all of you 4K Kings audience members out there, what video from us earns your sub and why? What is it that you watched from us? We're really just trying to, kind of puff our own selves up, really trying to feel good about ourselves here in our own turf.
Yeah, I'm going to let the audience know, ever since Kendrick did his thing, Matt's been on like a whole other level of life.
Was it our Serbian film reaction? I know a lot of people came to this channel for our Serbian film reaction.
They did.
Do you remember that, Russ?
How can you forget a Serbian film?
I remember that was one of your newest favorite movies.
Oh, it was even before I saw it.
Any what do we have here? What is this? Are you? I don't even know if
I'm going to kick back and read the comments.
I know. Let's look at the top chat here.
Me.
Yeah, let's look at. Oh, what are some questions, Lindsay? Hit us with it while people are coming in.
Oh, Triple R3 wanted to know, has Russ seen My Blue Heaven?
Oh, of course I've seen My Blue Heaven. And ironically, I looked at Matt because I know Matt is a big fan, but of course. Come on, I was 8 years old when that film came out. Steve Martin, as soon as he said "fuck you," and the one F word you could get away with, the PG-13 in the grocery store. But as an adult and as I got older, what I loved about it is it's essentially a parody of Goodfellas.
It is.
And what was it? Efron, didn't she write it? Or
I think so, yeah.
Whoever wrote it, but is married to Nicholas Pileggi, the dude who wrote Wise Guy.
Right.
That
You're right.
Goodfellas
Yes.
is based on.
Yes.
So I always thought, and they both came out in like 1990. I always thought My Blue Heaven and Goodfellas are these odd companion pieces. But yeah, My Blue Heaven's fantastic, dude. Rick Moranis is a comedic god.
I love it.
We have Canadian viewers. Come on, y'all. You guys agree with me. Rick Moranis he's aces.
Yeah, I have that on Blu-ray. I don't think it's ever been out on anything fancy.
I'll say this. You've seen it more recently than I have, I'm sure. I haven't sat down and watched My Blue Heaven in many years.
What else you got in there, Lindsay, in the booth?
One other comment that Sexy Monkey wanted me to bring to your attention.
Oh, please do.
Is that they think that Russ sounds identical to Robert Rodriguez.
I don't think I've ever heard Robert Rodriguez talk.
I have, but I've never thought about that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you. I'll take it. That's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
That's funny too, because we definitely heard him talk. I mean, come on, dude. We're on a physical media channel. He was great in the early days of DVDs and Blu-rays. He would always do his his filmmaking classes.
Yeah,
and all that.
I mean, he was very into all special features and stuff. But I don't know if I can remember what he said. Like.
It's funny, on the spot, I can't think of his voice at all right now.
One person did have a question about the giveaway. If they're based in the UK, can they participate?
Ooh, I don't know. How much does it cost to ship there, Russ? We're on a budget. We're on a budget for our UK fam. We will.
That's hard. We should have ironed that out.
We should have ironed it out. No international shipping.
How much would it be?
There goes half the crowd, you guys.
I know. I don't know. We will
unsubscribe.
We will make something work. Let's put it that way. We'll make something work.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll make something work. If you are if you have the best comment, we will figure it out. We are not going to leave anyone hanging. I'm trying to see if I can. I thought I could look at the comments live, but I'm having a hard time seeing them.
See them?
I'm going to try to see if I can still.
Coming in.
Yeah, give me a handful, Lindsay, the producer.
Okay.
We can obviously go back and look at the replay. But
first person said your Criterion Collection video. That was Hunter Dean. David the Intangible said the Carlito's Way review with Russ and character. Sexy Monkey said the one where you were complaining about the Australian ratings logos.
That's pretty recent. I mean, I've pretty much been complaining about those logos our whole lives, but that one was pretty recent.
Oh, I like this one. Triple R3. This guy goes way back, or lady, whoever you are, when I saw Matt open up his maximum risk bust, I instantly subscribed. It was a phenomenal unboxing.
Thank you so much. That was a really great unboxing for us.
That's a day one right there. That's old.
Okay, Tyler said, I always enjoyed your release roundup videos. They're informative and you guys make it fun with your banter and personalities. Hunter Dean said, I've been subbed since y'all were under 1,000 subs. I have no idea what video hooked me.
Hey, that's a good answer.
That's a good. I don't know what
they circumvented the question with total flattery.
Yeah,
that was great. They get
technique.
my vote.
Oh, this is a good one, Matt. You'll like this. Eric De Leon said, my first experience with the 4K Kings was the Real Genius review.
Real Genius brought someone here. I feel like I've done my job. If we have attracted someone because of Real Genius, I feel like that's all I needed.
Yeah. Definitely. For a title like that. That's a very personal title for you.
Wait, this one's great. Mike TTC says, any videos where Russ states that he whacked off to the movie?
Which is many.
That's every video.
Yeah. So back to Twister.
Helen Hunt in that tank top wife beater that she wears the whole time.
Why do you think I keep referencing the cow?
That made me want a white tank top so bad.
Yeah, what the fuck? That was kind of weird.
That's what she wears the whole movie.
Yeah, she looked great.
Literally, the whole movie, she's got a white tank top on. And it's like dirty, like through very many phases of like filth.
Sorry to disappoint the commenter, but I never found Helen Hunt.
Oh, I didn't either. I'm just saying.
Cared.
So you didn't whack off to that.
Not that one. Plus, I saw it in the theater, so it would have been wildly inappropriate.
Been watching Channel from the start, but the other week you put me on to Bad Lieutenant. Russ, you kind of put me on to Bad Lieutenant.
Oh, yeah. That director's fantastic, dude. Able for anything he does. Are we going to cover a site exclusive that I just pre-ordered yesterday from Shout?
Which one? Oh, I saw those two. What was the one?
Fear City.
We can cover it.
Go blind, but I pre-ordered it. Anything Ferrara does is fantastic.
Let's see. Marco says, I very much enjoyed the training day discussion. Me too. I really like that as well. Some more Carlo Brigante love. When will we see Matt as John Wick?
Oh.
Could I be?
All right,
I'd have to grow my hair a little longer.
Here's some real air in celebration.
Hurry.
In celebration of our milestone best of video. I've been trying to tell you to do my idea for any longtime viewers. I wanted Matt to be young Frank Dukes.
Young Frank Dukes.
I wanted Matt
baseball cap.
Yes, I wanted Matt to be young Frank Dukes in Bloodsport. He does a pretty good impression of him, and I thought it would be funny for Carlito to just berate a former child actor who's still speaking like a child. But Matt wouldn't go for it.
What are you going to call the cops?
Writes itself.
You're not going to call the cops? Now I'm not. I'm giving away the character.
And then I can jerk off to it.
Train him, but you won't train me.
See? Nah, but John Wick's good too. John Wick's good because kind of like with me with Carlito, I can't do an Al Pacino impression, so the worse it is, it's funny. Everyone can do a bad Keanu Reeves impression.
That's true. I mean? That's true. I just need to dress up.
And you just have like that look. You can do the look, so it would work.
Also, you said subscribers will stop Will Smith making Aladdin 2, so I had to subscribe.
Facts. You did your duty.
I'm glad someone picked up on that. That means you watched till the end. I love that.
That's true. Yeah, that was at the end.
That was a little bit at the end. Yeah, it kind of crammed that in the end there for the subscribe line. I mean, I do like any video, the comment where any video that Russ states he whacked off. That really made us all laugh out loud. I feel like that's a winning remark.
All right. Let's be transparent here. You know why I like pointing that out? I think there are a lot of people who did the same thing I did when I was a kid, but we don't talk about it.
You're not wrong.
But I think if you're somebody who's obsessed with movies and you were a child obsessed with movies like I was in that pre-internet era, you probably you at least have similar experiences.
Maybe.
Sometimes you might have the same exact ones, and that's funny to me. I don't care. That's hilarious. Especially when you go back and watch those scenes and you realize how unsexy they all are. It's just so contrived Hollywood, but when you're young and you have access to nothing.
And you have no frame of reference of anything.
And no frame of reference. That's true.
Zero.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, like you don't know what's what at all. It's like the most innocent thing in the world. You're like, what?
Yeah. And I guess I'm always intrigued to hear I'm looking to expand my horizons. I need more late 80s and early 90s movies to jerk off to.
You have no frame of reference, and all of a sudden Helen Hunt and White Beater comes on and you're like, what is this? What? They wear things like that? Are you allowed to get away with that? I'll be right back. Pause it.
Okay.
Mike TTC, you've got the first one. You made me laugh enough, and Russ, I think that was poignant enough. Mike TTC, reach out to us, 4kKingsYT@gmail.com with your info, and we will send you out a care package. We got some more giveaways to do, but now we got to move along.
Yeah, and if you didn't win this time, we're going to be doing 2 more during this live stream, so don't feel left out.
Don't feel left out. Don't feel left out at all. But thank you for sharing all those very kind words. We really appreciate being a part of this community. We've been here, we're just crossing over the 6,000 mark, which is actually a really big milestone, and it feels really awesome to be there. We've been doing this channel for a little over 4 years. I know there's a lot of people that are tuning in now that have been there since the beginning, and people that just joined. We're really happy to have everybody. So really excited.
And our day ones will always be superior.
Anyway, let's move along to some news here. We got some Tom Cruise news, Russ. Tom Cruise is back. He's back at it again. And we're going to talk about a little bit of Paramount action. Nothing I would say that's like insanely noteworthy, but something that I thought we could at least have a little fun riffing on. Some conversation topics. And the first one is Tom Cruise and Collateral, coming out in a 4K Steelbook from Paramount in its 20th anniversary, August 6th. 20th anniversary, 20 years of Collateral. Where has the time gone?
I have no idea. I wish my man, who's my guy?
Who is your guy?
The guy who had to do the mullet in this one.
Mark Ruffalo?
Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, I want to see him reprise. I want to see
him reprise a mullet.
His role. Man,
it's like slicked back.
That was Michael Mann in like mullet withdrawal. It was like, all right, I won't do the mullets anymore, but we got to have it look ridiculous.
I didn't even know that was Ruffalo. Yeah. When I first watched this movie, he looked so out of character, out of type. The way they've dressed him, the way his whole style is, like everything. Because now he has like kind of that goofy look. Because I mean, not that his hair's goofy, but his hair's kind of like bigger, a little poofier, and that's kind of his look in every movie. Goofy. This, he looks like a different person.
No, for real, he's a goofy fuck.
He's a little goofy.
I mean,
I like him.
I pre-ordered.
Me too.
I did. I like this movie.
I do too. You know, this has been out in 4K before.
Has it?
It has.
I thought it was a 4K debut.
I thought so too, but it's already been out. But I like that it's a Steelbook.
Let me ask you this. So this is, you said it's Paramount.
It is.
What differentiates this? Like, why isn't Collateral Paramount Presents? Why is this getting a Steelbook from Paramount, but Chinatown did not?
I mean, it's a good point. I don't know if they're feeling Tom Cruise being the main seller here. And that's where we want to sell more titles in a Steelbook. We don't know that Chinatown's got the biggest audience. I don't know.
That's interesting too with this newer artwork. If you remember back in the day, it was more of a like Cruise and Foxx were equal. They're really pushing Cruise on the cover of this one.
You're right. Yeah.
Honestly, even the advertising, Cruise was more the mysterious hitman and the what it was when it came out.
Yeah.
Now it's like, here you go, guys. It's Top Gun 3.
Yeah. This time Maverick's got a gun.
Yeah, Mission Impossible 8. Watch Tom Cruise jump off an airplane holding a gun.
This was before he was a stuntman, though. He was still acting.
A couple years.
And so don't get me cornered. You don't have the trunk space. They got the little quote on the back, which I'm never a fan of. I don't need the quotes.
I don't at all. And they always pick the dumbest quotes. Dude, that one on the back of the Crow that I had, it's so corny.
The only place they have one that makes sense is Carlito's Way. Because you want to
always make sense.
You want to read those quotes.
I want to read that screenplay every day for the rest of my life.
So this is not getting anything new that the other 4K already had. It's and here I'll show you the feature. So actually, I have a picture of the original 4K with the features, so you can kind of see it. But that's the old artwork a little bit more, where Jamie Foxx is a little bit more pronounced. But these are the same features that are coming on this HDR presentation, which makes sense. Wasn't this movie shot on like a Handycam?
Oh God, yeah.
Like
Michael Mann,
1080p. Like I feel like it was that was a big thing.
He was an
that.
early adapter of that. If it wasn't fully, I know that Public Enemy's movie was.
Yeah, it was definitely some. It was definitely some like handheld.
Was this the first that he did that with? Everything he's done since has been that.
Like 28 Days Later, like how they really made a point of making the camera seem a little different.
That's what I'm saying. Like everything Michael Mann has done since this movie has been in that style. But I mean, is this the one that kicked it off? I'm trying to think. What was his movie previous to this?
I can't remember. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I don't know. And it kind of like makes me wonder how good the 4K could possibly look. Because I mean, it's only shot at most on this 1080p, which I feel like is why they kind of really harp on there's an HDR upgrade, not really much else. I do have the Blu-ray. I got the Blu-ray right here.
I know. I only have the DVD.
Do you? Yeah. I mean, I actually like this movie a lot more than I thought I was going to like this movie. I don't care for Jamie Foxx a whole lot as an actor in movies, but he was okay to me in this.
He's an actor.
He's okay. He's okay. Tom Cruise, really thought he was good in this, but yeah, I was excited to kind of see this come out and pick this up. Like I said, the art's basically the same. What did
you think of Jada Pinkett Shakur?
Thought she was okay.
Well, she was good in it too. Seriously,
yeah, she's fine. She's fine. I mean, I'm more all eyes on Tom Cruise and Mark Ruffalo.
All eyes on me. Well, though, Jamie Foxx is great in it too. Who was originally written, like who they had in mind?
No.
It was going to be, who was cast initially and couldn't do it? Adam Sandler.
Really? That'd be
interesting.
You
picture him as that cab driver?
Yeah.
He's looking at where he's being, he's timid towards everyone and has a dream and the girl.
Yeah.
I could totally see Adam Sandler
in
this. And that's what I'm saying. Now that you know that, I think Jamie Foxx was great in it.
He's good. He's good in it. Like I said, I don't normally like him as an actor in movies, but I do like him enough in this.
I just don't think he does a lot of good movies.
Maybe.
I think when he's in a good movie and he brings it, I think he's good.
I like that STEELBOOKs are still hotter than ever. I think there's a bit of contention I normally see, and I feel the same way, that they're obviously pricier. They could be a little bit less expensive, would be great. But even if they weren't, what I feel like would be a great option that they should do more of is keep including slips on these things. How you'll get like a nice STEELBOOK that has a slip on it, plastic or otherwise. Like,
I love that.
Is it that hard to like produce a bunch of those to put with these things and still charge $49.99 or $45.99 or whatever it is to start with? It comes down to $39 and $29 and hovers around $29 and $33 probably.
I've said it here before. I love those clear slip cases.
Yeah, they're
you don't
nice.
even got to do nothing else. Just do the clear ones on them, and I'm a fan of that.
I know, me too. I don't know. Any fans for Collateral out there? What are we looking at for Collateral, folks?
Yeah, I think Adinier somewhere back there said that this was his best, Tom Cruise's best.
Really? I mean, it is a pretty awesome role for him.
Yeah.
A little unexpected for him at the time.
Sexy Monkey said that it was written for Adam Sandler and Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe in place of Tom Cruise.
I wish I could see Russell Crowe and Adam Sandler there on that part.
No, but that makes sense because Russell Crowe's in The Insider. Is that what they just said? I couldn't hear. That initially it was going to be Russell Crowe instead of Cruise.
Yeah.
And that makes sense because Crowe had worked with Michael Mann right before. Yeah, I could see that too.
And Victor Fontaine said that the Collateral 4K came out back in 2020.
Yeah.
So they picked it up back in 2022.
Yeah, I didn't know if anybody had picked up the regular already and skipping on the Steel. We haven't picked up anything, so I feel like the Steel is the way to go for me.
Yeah, same. I pre-ordered also. I think at some point, what was it, August it's coming out?
Yeah.
I feel like that price will drop hopefully below 30 and I can justify it. But like you said, I and you know what's crazy? I watched this a couple years ago, recently. And like you said, when I first saw it, I was shocked. I liked it more than I thought I was going to when it came out. And then after 20 years or, give or take, I remember thinking, it's probably going to go down. Dude, when I watched it recently, I was surprised. I was like, I still like this a lot. This still hits.
Still hitting.
My wife liked it a lot. She had never seen it.
Really?
Yeah. Worked with her too. And she doesn't give a fuck about Michael Mann, you know?
Is Miami Vice
Tom Cruise.
Miami Vice 4K next?
Here's what's funny. So when I watched Collateral with my wife in modern years, let me give Miami Vice a shot, right? Or maybe it was this channel, something. I put on Miami Vice in recent years. I couldn't get into it.
No.
Maybe it just wasn't the night for it. I don't know. It was
not it.
It was very, very like just inhuman.
Yeah.
Very drab. The way everyone talked, and it was just everyone was like a robot. Very. just cold, very cold. But maybe I wasn't watching it. Like I turned it off, so I'm not gonna shit on it. I can't shit on it because I didn't give it its fair day in court.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't.
See a lot of people wanting that Miami
impressed.
Vice.
I know, that's why I would even go back and give it another shot, because when that came out, it was damn near universally panned by people. Critics were mixed because it was Michael Mann. They don't know what to do when an established filmmaker does something that's bad. You have to kiss ass and get,
Yeah.
But then over the years, as you noticed, like people kept, hey, that's actually pretty fucking good. You should watch his Miami Vice, and that's what always kept it on my radar. But yeah, that attempt I made, I wasn't hooked.
Not hooked.
Unfortunately.
Anyone seen Ferrari?
I'm interested in seeing that.
Are you?
Is that the oh no. I wanted to see the Christian Bale one with Matt Damon and all that. Ford v Ferrari.
Oh, Ford v Ferrari.
I've always been interested in that.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you're talking about.
No, the newest Michael Mann movie, Ferrari. I haven't seen that either. I don't know if anyone else had, or if you had any interest in it. But yeah, Collateral, fun times with Collateral and STEELBOOK. I got a what?
I was just gonna say, we watched Thief recently, you and I together.
We did
in a group setting.
We did.
Our Michael Mann credentials.
I love that too. It's awesome.
What do you think? You'd pick Thief over Collateral, right?
Oh God, I mean, yes, for sure.
I would. Okay.
Oh, for sure. Oh, goodness, yes. So moving on, more Paramount, Russ. More Paramount. Paramount Presents this time, and Paramount Presents 4K this time. If that tickles your fancy at all, I don't know if
Another
it does.
48 hours. Nope.
I know this is a title you own on Blu-ray, I believe, from Criterion.
Dude.
You don't.
I never did because this day was going to come.
This day was going to come. And here it is, out July 30th. Paramount Presents its 25th anniversary. Previously released on Blu-ray from Paramount and on Blu-ray from Criterion. They're taking Paramount, I guess, taking their title back. They're not going to let Criterion do it for them. They're going to release it on their Paramount Presents line. So this is newly restored 4K and Dolby Vision, HDR, all that good kind of stuff. Let me see if I got the features here. Booyah, there they are. And there's a new featurette on here. Who cares about this stupid election? I don't know what that is exactly. I don't know how long it is. Nothing here other than the audio commentary from director Alex Payne is coming from Criterion. They have entirely their own features, which all of them are awesome, by the way. These don't look half bad, but I'd be willing to bet that probably a lot of the Criterion.
I'm sure those film historians did a great job on that, dude.
Who is it? Alexandra Heller Nicholas, or whoever that lady's name is. I see her on everything. Like, her full-time job must be being a film historian on audio commentaries.
And it sounds like we're talking shit, but we're insanely jealous.
I'm correct.
For real.
I would like to be a commentator.
Get into contact with us. How do we get your job?
We are ready. So let me see. So yeah,
this is interesting.
It is. And on the old Criterion post I saw, which is kind of funny, there was a lot of people at the time it got released with them that were like crapping on it, saying this isn't a Criterion title. Can't we get something better this month? This movie is not worth it. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, when we watched it together, group setting at our movie night, and I enjoyed it. It was not what I expected it to be at all.
Well, yeah.
Because of the Matthew Broderick factor, I think is why, and knowing nothing about it, I wasn't expecting there to be like dark humor or dark edge.
I think I maybe had that experience when I first saw it when it came out, because I didn't know who the hell Alexander Payne was. But after Sideways and learning his catalog, that you should have known what kind of movie it was.
Yeah.
At that point,
I don't know. It didn't.
Or About Schmidt. Schmidt's an awesome movie. Well, first off, I hate when those people say that anyway. Criterion can put out whatever the fuck they want to put
whatever they want.
But the reality is, when they put out, I don't know, name any random title that 5 people have heard of, and I'm not dissing any of their titles, but they're not mass appeal titles. They need to put out Breakfast Club to keep their lights on. They need to put out Election and Dazed and Confused to fund the transfers for these other important movies. Like, it goes hand in hand. And you act like they're putting out, Freddy Got Fingered or something. They're actually, that's worthy. You know what I mean? You act like they're putting out Battlefield Earth or some shit. Like, Election has merit. Alexander Payne
has merit.
Yeah, he has merit. I mean, I don't understand the argument.
So are you in on this?
No. I was waiting for Criterion to put out their 4K. That features thing bugs the hell out of me. Paramount Presents, they've burned me in the past. So
how much better do you think the transfer will be? It's saying restored.
That itself, even his newest film, The Holdovers, isn't even shot for 4K or anything like that. So it's not something that's screaming out at me. Yeah. Criterion upgrading it to 4K, because since I never picked it up initially, I probably would have went with it, or it would have been one of those things I keep on a list until a sale comes up.
True.
But I'm not. I don't know. Paramount Presents nothing. They haven't done nothing for me. They got me on Chinatown. I'm doing Chinatown.
You are.
Like, Election is not Chinatown.
No. Not Chinatown at all. Any Election love out there? Anybody interested in picking up Election? Do you own the Criterion and you're fine with it? You're going to pick this up instead? I mean, the Criterion features look pretty awesome, and I can't imagine their transfer's that bad.
Yeah.
Any love out there, Lindsay?
So far, just Invader was here, said that it's a great film.
Okay.
And as a side note, Jordan just said the next 4K pick is on him, and great show, guys. And he gave you guys a little tip.
Oh, Jordan, thank you so much. Thank you so very much.
Jordan.
Always appreciate you. Thank you so much for always commenting and hanging out. And thank you for that tip. Really appreciate it. All right, well, that's all the Paramount's got going on. That's all they got.
They just robbed Criterion.
They did.
We had nothing coming out, so really.
They did, but I did want to speak on Criterion as well. Their August slate was announced. They always put their titles out the 15th of every month. But before we talk about them specifically, I wanted to mention this news item that we saw, and that Criterion itself has been sold. So this billionaire, Stephen Rails, who is the founder of the production company Indian Paintbrush. You know that production company? I can see the logo where it's like a paintbrush swipe and then it glows and it lights up and says Indian Paintbrush underneath.
Oh, actually,
you know what I'm talking about?
I was making a joke until you said that, and yes, that does sound.
I know. I can't think of.
I don't know where.
I can't forget.
The way you described that, I can picture it clearly.
It's got notable releases. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Maybe I'll look it up. But so this guy that started that, like I said, he's some billionaire. He has bought the Criterion Collection. And this quote from Variety says, "We've grown our brands and audience with dedication to a set of values reflected in the films we release, the way we release them, and the way we conduct our business with our valued partners around the world," said Criterion. And Janus Films president Peter Becker told the outlet, "We are excited to continue that legacy and pursue new opportunities now available through this relationship." So I don't know, a lot of what I'm reading about this person and about this sale, it sounds like it could be a really great thing in terms of titles Criterion will be able to acquire and maybe kind of expand out a little bit more. I know there was some typical doom and gloom, like, oh, I hope this guy's not some streamer and that's all Criterion becomes. I don't think that's what this is going to be at all. This could be potentially a pretty good thing.
Yeah, Criterion is a hard brand to do that with. I mean, you essentially be committing brand suicide by doing that.
Yeah.
Why buy something that has that? The only thing Criterion is synonymous with is that level of sophistication.
Yeah.
You know
prestige.
what I mean? So why buy it and use it for anything other than that?
Yep.
There's no other name recognition. You know what I mean? There's no other cachet attached to it beyond that and film preservation.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first I've heard of this. As long as he's interested in the mission statement and wants to carry on tradition, that's good news.
And that's it. So I thought we'd share this this news. Thought it was interesting. We'll see what else happens as a result of this. And then, like I mentioned a couple of days ago, they put out their August slate, and after they kind of knocked us out with our risky business from last month, they're back with this one. And I got to tell you, a little on the blah side for me personally, but I'm interested to know your opinions and the people out there. There's nothing here that I'm going to be picking up. The Last Emperor 4K is coming out from them. They put that out on Blue before. Arrow just recently put that out in 4K over in the UK. I don't know that it was a US release, but it had the traditional, I believe, poster art on there.
I remember that.
And then 2 Albert Brooks films, Mother, Real Life. I don't know that I've ever seen an Albert Brooks movie. I've just seen him in movies. I don't know if I've ever seen him direct anything.
Yeah, I've never seen any of his films.
Yeah, I just thought of that clip from Drive where he's like, "You fucking monkey." Talking to me, saying I've never seen his movies.
I forget about you. I always go to Taxi Driver. I guess anything with Albert Brooks we know has drive.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I don't know. A lot of people are psyched about Mother and Real Life.
What I've always gathered about his filmography, because it was a little bit before our time, was basically it was Judd Apatow without dick jokes.
Like
That's what I always
comedies with heart.
comedy dramas, yeah, about like middle-aged people, but like I said, without, you know,
Jay Baruchel.
yeah, without Jay Baruchel.
Without him in there.
Jay Baruchel is notably absent from the older Albert Brooks films.
One other one on here that did pique my interest because it's from Martha Coolidge, director.
Yeah. Goonies, what do they say, die or something? What do they do, Matt?
Who, Martha Coolidge? No, Russ.
Was
I want to
see
see.
Goonies?
No, no.
Who am I thinking of?
That was Martha Plimpton, dude. It already got
That was close.
it already got a shout out. She directed Real Genius.
I know.
She also directed Valley Girl. So this is a movie she directed called Not a Pretty Picture, which is apparently about sexual abuse. And while I love Martha Coolidge and I'm definitely into seeing other movies she's put out, sexual abuse is not a blind buy for me. That's something I would probably have to watch and make sure that I enjoy, and it's something I want to revisit. And then go, not that I enjoy sexual abuse, but enjoy the film of whatever it might be.
I'm with
before it's not a blind buy, is what I'm trying to say. Like, this needs to be something like,
You got to sell Matt on sexual abuse.
I appreciate it. I'm going to go pick this movie up now and show it to my loved ones.
Maybe a trailer.
Maybe. But hey, Martha Coolidge, Not a Pretty Picture. It's coming out. Also, have you heard of any of these? This was like kind of a lot of unknowns for me.
I'm not going to lie to you. The name Martha Coolidge. I've been aware of that name for a long time now, but I never put it together. When you just said she's the director of Real Genius and Valley Girl,
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that the same filmmaker that made Valley Girl, which I like, I think more than you, did Real Genius,
She
which
did.
you like more than me. I think we owe it to ourselves to watch Not a Pretty Picture, Matt. I think we need to dare ourselves and watch this.
I mean, I'm not against watching it.
Wait, is it sexual abuse with like an 80s new wave soundtrack like Valley Girl?
It is not. It's from 1976.
Did my girl Josie Cotton show up on here?
I'll read you.
Johnny, Are You Queer? Is that in this, like in Valley Girl?
I'll read you the synopsis. And again, I'm not opposed to watching it. But it's it's about a blind buy.
Jokes aside, I want to watch it because I like Valley Girl and I like Real Genius. I'm intrigued by this. I'm going to check it out. I'm not going to blind buy it. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm going to check
it's not a blind buy. Any Not a Pretty Picture fans out there, let me know who is interested in these releases from Criterion while I look up the synopsis of Not a Pretty Picture. Lindsay, we got anything out there?
All we've got so far is Victor Fontaine said that they would pick up The Last Emperor 4K, but that's the only one from this grouping.
All right, so this is Not a Pretty Picture, in case anyone's out there interested in a blind buy. Not a Pretty Picture, 1976 American docudrama. The film is a retelling about Martha Coolidge, who was date raped when she was 16 years old. The film follows the aftermath of the incident on the main character, and that's pretty much all it says.
Wow, our jokes were not appropriate.
I mean, were we joking? I just said I didn't want to blind buy
I
it.
said, did it have an 80s new wave soundtrack?
Well, then you were a little off base. You were definitely a little off base about that. But no, dude, I didn't even know. Honestly, I don't even think I knew she was doing movies in the 70s, which is pretty cool. So Not a Pretty Picture, Last Emperor, and a bunch of Albert Brooks stuff, which is not our target audience.
I thought she was Martha Plimpton.
Our target audience is not Albert Brooks. But you do know, Russ.
Martha Plimpton.
Martha Plimpton is in our target audience.
She watches.
We are about a month away from the half-off Criterion sale, the half-off summer sale in July. We're close. You got your cart ready? Got your totals ready?
I do.
Do you?
Believe. Not off the top of my head. I didn't know we were going to be talking about this, but I know I got a couple I'm picking up.
Risky Business.
Yep, that's one I'm getting.
Lahane.
I'm on the fence.
You already own it.
Lahane's on my cart. Yeah, I have the Blu-ray,
Yeah.
the Criterion Blu-ray. Upgrading it.
Yeah, I don't own
it.
I don't own it already, so I'm definitely interested in that. To Die For.
I already picked that up.
I'll be picking that up. Anatomy of a Fall. Interested. Academy Award nominated drama.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly After Hours. I'm dying for someone to really sell me on that because I'm like so close. My Griffin Dunn.
Because it's an offbeat movie. And you know how offbeat movies, you don't oversell people on offbeat B movies.
Yeah.
It can go any way.
Yeah.
You know?
There's also a movie I saw that Janus Films put out on Blue that I read a little bit about called EO, letter E, letter O, and it's about a donkey. And there's literally no human actors, and there's no dialogue other than people that you hear talking in the background, and it follows this donkey through a lot of trials and tribulations, and it sounds very emotional.
Sounds good.
It does. EO. Any EO fans out there? I want someone to sell me on EO as well, because that's also in my cart. I've been really eyeballing that one.
You know I'm a big fan of Rubber.
You love Rubber.
Dogfight I got to pick up during the sale.
Oh, Dogfight. There we go.
I didn't blind buy that. Or blind buy. I didn't.
Certainly not.
I didn't. I'm waiting for the sale. I didn't pick that up on the day of release.
Any other comments, Lindsay, the producer out there? Anything else to share from the people? So let's do another giveaway then. You want to do another giveaway?
Let's wake them up. Yeah, let's.
You want to do another giveaway?
What's our next question, Matt?
So this one's a trivia question.
Can I participate?
You can. Well, we're going to be doing the giveaway if you want to give something to yourself. But I want to look to this one. I'm going to see who gets the right answer first. This isn't something that we're going to pick, but it's something that we're going to watch real time. And whenever the right answer appears, the first person to say it.
Hold on, real quick.
Gets the prize. All
right, Sexy Monkey. We can't see the comments. We just pulled them up. Sexy Monkey picked up me quoting Nas. If you watch, I always
carry on tradition
on this channel. I always try to pepper in like some line or song title, and yeah, that's Carry On Tradition, to Nas song.
And he likes Albert Brooks films.
Most Nas fans do.
Most Nas fans love Albert Brooks. Let's see here. Okay, and After Hours is a must from Invader Washir. After Hours is a must. All right, here's the question. Ready?
Yes.
What was the very first unboxing that Russ and I did on this channel? The very first. You remember, Russ?
Good question.
It was a really good one, I thought. After Hours is a classic. Look, someone else coming in hot. More Sexy Monkey.
I want Sexy Beast on 4K.
I would love to have Sexy Beast on 4K.
That movie is so good.
Yeah, dude, that's an awesome, like, I don't know, Second Sight or something, maybe. Could see them putting that out. Our first unboxing might be a little bit of a non-traditional one. Our first unboxing. And while we're waiting for the people to come in, Russ, do you want to talk on the 4K Kings Cuts playlist?
That's true.
What's new on there?
We bring this up periodically for anyone out there who has not yet. If you have Spotify, long story short, most people have Spotify. Go there, look up 4K Kings, 4K Cuts.
It's Kings Cuts.
Kings Cuts.
Kings Cuts.
Kings Cuts. Thank you, Matt. Kings Cuts, and it's a collection, one song from every 4K Matt and I own, and it's almost complete now. I'm only about 30 to 40 titles shy, so it's about 20 hours of music. And I'm talking, if you're eclectic and you love films, this is the playlist for you.
The playlist for you. It is
scores as well.
Yeah.
Not just, trust me, some of your titles, dude. What are you going to throw in that? You're gonna throw in that Pearl Jam song from The Fugitive, you know, like I gotta go scores, you know, for a lot of them, but they're good scores, dude. Like I got your Rudy. You're gonna cry when you listen to the playlist, Matt. I mean,
we just watched The Fugitive 4K, by the way, not that long ago, and I
heard it looks great.
Slapped.
Yeah,
quality and movie. Let's get back to this this giveaway. So we have some Game of Thrones. Someone guessed Drive. Incorrect. Spit on Your Grave, Clockwork Orange. That was great. That is not right. But when we did that and you...
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
That plastic box.
Yeah, I was so...
That was... Titans of Cult.
I had never purchased it. Dude, are they out of business yet? We haven't covered them. I haven't heard anything about them in a long time.
No.
But you gotta understand, I had never purchased anything from Titans of Cult at all. My idea of that box was like a sturdy Arrow type deal. And Clockwork Orange is one of my favorite movies of all time. That was the edition I went with. There were multiple options. And to this day, dude, I threw it away. I kept the Steelbook, but I got rid of that stupid.
If you haven't seen that unboxing,
packaging.
If you haven't seen that unboxing, just search Clockwork Orange. It's one of our earlier video that we did, but just the level of sheer frustration that Russ was going through opening it was worth every moment. We do have a winner, however. The very first person to mention it was Olivier Savard, and he or she, possibly, don't know, said Maximum Risk, and that is correct.
That is correct. What place outside of America are we shipping to?
We bought that Maximum Risk bust the second we saw it. We could not believe it's back there right now. It's one of the very first videos that we'd ever done that was a very exciting video for us to do because we had noticed that Maximum Risk was coming out in a collector's edition in Germany in Blu-ray, and it was a really nice media book, but you could get it with the Jean-Claude Van Damme bust that looks exactly like Hugh Jackman. Yeah. It's not him at all. And not only did we see how insane this was, but we got it here, we opened it, and was so surprised by the quality of it and how it gets put together. Like, remember, it's all magnetized. Like the head goes in like a magnet, the arms go in like a magnet.
I'd never seen that where a physical media release before at the time.
It must weigh 50 pounds. Like, it is not a lightweight piece of junk. It is insane, the quality of that thing, and we had a blast unboxing it. You are absolutely correct. Olivier, send us a message at 4kKingsYT@gmail.com, and if you're international, forget I ever said anything. Just kidding. Make sure you drop us a line with all your info and we will get something nice out to you. Great job. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for watching.
I personally was thinking the Sleepwalkers one was first. I forgot.
It was next.
Maximum Risk. You're right.
It was next. So King's Cuts also, don't forget to check those out.
King's
Get
Cut,
out there.
I think it's like 20 hours of music. Just put that thing on shuffle. You can play movie trivia with yourself while enjoying some classic music.
You sure could. So
all genres welcome.
So now, Russ, we're moving into the home stretch. Of the night with a couple more titles from Kino Lorber, from Umbrella, and then I think that might even be it. I'm not even sure. We'll take a look. We'll see what else we got scraped together here.
We'll figure out something.
We'll figure something out. So Kino Lorber, Russ. Kino Lorber. So they've been announcing stuff like crazy, but they're kind of doing their thing where they haven't like given details on like anything. It's just like, hey, we're putting this out sometime.
You know what I like they've been doing? Releasing one season of Monk every month.
And they're gonna, they are.
Hey, I'm like, yeah, thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
Wait for that set. You guys are doing it right.
But yeah, so they are, and maybe when they put the full set out, that'll be pretty cool. They'll be putting Columbo sets out, but I like that they announce just to let you know. Whereas like Warner Brothers will put up a pre-order link for like 2026. Yeah, it's like just let me know.
That's what I'm saying. That's how opposite. Normally they would be stringing me along. Like, is there a box set coming? It's like, shit, you're throwing these seasons out like every other week. Yep. I know it's inevitable. It's great.
So the first movie that I wanted to touch on really quick, and again, there are no release dates. For most of these are all just announced. There's no details, nothing. I just kind of wanted to talk briefly on some of them. The first one, Bad Boys, with Sean Penn.
That's a big title.
I know, dude. I know. I was like, okay, Bad Boys with Sean Penn. Esai Morales? What? Clancy Brown?
I told you I watched this recently.
Ali Sheedy?
Didn't I tell you I watched this recently?
Huh?
Didn't I tell you?
Oh no! You watched it? You watched it really?
I did. Remember, recently? I told you because it was when we were covering La Bamba, and I was like, and when we were talking about him, and I was like, this movie that was always on my radar before that. I dated a girl in high school who loved this movie. Yeah, she for some reason thought I looked like Sean Penn in this movie when I was 14.
Okay,
not today, but I'm saying apparently she thought that.
Yeah,
but I always remembered this movie, and then when we were talking about it, and I saw the ultimate badass from La Bamba is in it. I was like, oh fuck yeah! I'll watch
he's like a He's like a villain.
Bill Conti. Like when I was watching, dude, when the credits at the beginning were rolling, I was like, whoa, what am I watching?
Bill Conti on the beat, ho. Bill Conti's on the beat. He is, and directed by Rick Rosenthal, director of Halloween 2, which, I mean, I've never seen Halloween 2, but is he also an actor, Rick Rosenthal? Why do I know that name? What else has he directed? I just know that name for some other reason.
I know Halloween 2, but to your point, Halloween 2 has a lot of love.
Yeah.
Halloween 2 is not a sequel that people shit on. It's not a horror sequel that's looked down on.
There's only one person left who believes Mick O'Brien can make it.
You should pre-order.
Mick O'Brien. I'm gonna.
Blind buy. Yeah.
I've seen this.
Oh, you have?
I have seen it.
Fuck, okay.
No, I've seen it.
No. But remember I texted you one night And I was like, I remember texting you, like, I'm watching this.
Yeah, this movie's tough. I like this movie a lot.
Yeah, dude. I liked it too.
I wouldn't say this was a movie that scarred me as a kid, like some of those other ones that we were talking about, but I watched this as a kid, and I remember there were certain scenes where I was kind of like, oh shit, is this really what happens in like juvenile detention? Like, is this how tough? Like,
yeah, dude, it's raw.
Holy shit. Like,
And
people are getting like beat around in this movie pretty. I don't want to spoil anything, but geez.
Yeah. But dude, perfect Kino.
Oh yes,
that's like exactly.
Bad Lieutenant, Bad Boys.
Well, not only
right next to each other.
Not only that, but hey, commercial for our future video. What our thoughts for what certain boutiques should put out? If you would have asked me who's going to put out 1983's Bad Boys, I would have said Kino Lorber.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I know. I'm excited. They're doing a Blu-ray of it too.
Throw a slip on it. And call it a day.
Pre-ordered. I'm going to pre-order this bad boy right away. I kind of forgot about the Bill Conti though. I forgot about that. I'm interested to hear the soundtrack. I did. I remember watching the opening credits and like every name coming up was like, well, I grew up with this person. You know, not with. Up on that person, on that person, on that. Like, okay. So these are the only details that are currently available for Bad Boys. Any Bad Boys love out there, I would love to know.
Oh yeah, there will be.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So, yeah. Oh, fire it up. Fire me up.
Triple R3 said that's the real Bad Boys right there.
Dude, it is. Look at Sean Penn on that cover through a chain link fence. Like, look at that art. Awesome.
Like a young Russ.
Young Russ.
No, I'm serious. I don't see it at all. But I swear, this girl, it stuck with me. I remembered that.
Yeah.
Dude, you saw a picture of me when I was in 8th grade, and you said I looked like Nicolas Cage.
Kinda.
So, I mean, that's not that far off, I guess. You know.
What else we got for Bad Boys out there?
Mike P said, I did not like the Bad Boys with Will Smith.
No.
Didn't we see there's another one coming out?
Oh, that's coming on their like 4th one now.
No, they should have made a trilogy out of this Bad Boys.
And it's not even Michael Bay coming back to do it. I would have at least respected that. No.
It's not Bay?
No,
wow.
It's someone trying to look like Bay, and it's obvious.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Bad Boys, Russ. Bad Boys coming out.
Damn right.
You're a bad boy.
Bad Boys for life.
Later this year from Kino.
No, it's live. I didn't quote that bad man.
Bad Boys for life.
That's right. If I quote Nas, it ain't gonna be Hate Me Now.
Moving on from Kino, later this year, an announcement that made the entire community say, why? And that's The General's Daughter in 4K.
Oh my God. James Wood's finest performance.
If Roger, if you're out there, I need you to drop a comment. Our good friend Roger, we've actually had a running joke with this movie for a really long time, just because we had never seen it, but we'd only seen the trailer and how ridiculous the trailer itself is and how long we talked about actually seeing this movie. And finally, in a friend movie night, our good friend Roger put this on, and I'm pretty sure we all had a blast, but it is coming from Kino Lorber in 4K. I died when I saw it, but you got John Travolta, like you said, skeezy ass James Woods. Come on, give it to me. Previously released by Paramount. Kino scooping it up.
All right, and I didn't realize this, but for our movie night colleagues who are watching, when you were defending Swordfish, this is the same director. The director of The General's Daughter directed Swordfish,
and who also directed Con Air.
I just wanted to bring that to your attention. That's what you were defending.
Dude, this is definitely not about. You know what? You know why? When I would have maybe bought this, or why I would have liked this movie more, if John Travolta kept with that Louisiana accent he was like playing around with earlier on when he was like undercover or whatever. He like talked to someone. You're like, holy shit, is he going to do that accent the whole time?
I'll tell you what. In honor of Roger, our friend, and this is something. If Kino sale and I had to get free shipping and needed it,
pick him up one.
I was like, man, I could rewatch this for a laugh. I mean,
pick it up.
Yeah, I could.
General's Daughter. Give me that sleazy James Woods any day of the week. Any General's Daughters fans out there? It's hard no. Well, obviously we're having a laugh.
No, double A said, wow, why General's Daughter?
Why?
Terrible.
That's what I said. It's like literally every comment I saw was like, why?
Wait, this one's great. Ian Hunt just said, General's Daughter's not bad. Put that on the poster.
I know. Could you imagine having like passionate debates? God damn it. They altered the original artwork on General's daughter.
They better not. It better be John Travolta saluting on the cover, on that slip. That's what I need. Or James Woods like brushing the bars with his fingers.
I want some new up and coming artists. I want to see their interpretation of the General's daughter.
Who's the suspect? Oh, let me see. Everyone. Line
Dude,
in the trailer.
The trailer was amazing.
You guys got to watch the trailer. Don't watch General's daughter. Just watch the trailer.
Dude, I might. Yeah,
it's so good. It's got every
Kino
hit.
Put the trailers on in their special features. I know that used to be a given. I haven't paid attention in a long time. That trailer is epic.
It is every hit.
James Woods swiping the bars on the jail.
So it's so good. It's so sizzling hot. John Travolta, General's daughter. No one cares, but that's why you come to this channel to talk about this kind of stuff.
You're home now, John.
Welcome home. Your home of physical media, John Travolta's General's daughter, and more. And then the last thing I wanted to share from Kino was more of like a WTF moment that I saw. Maybe people know what this is. Maybe you know what this is. I had no idea what I was even looking at. And that is the Village People classic, Can't Stop the Music, starring Steve Guttenberg, Bruce Jenner, and the Village People. Do you know anything about this?
It's my favorite movie.
I mean, I'll take all the Steve Guttenberg 4K you give me. I'll take it all you got.
So you pre-ordered?
I did not pre-order this, not until I knew for sure I wasn't going to get burned on the blind buy.
I've heard of it.
Have you?
Yeah, like when you read about, musicals and music-based movies and stuff.
Is it like The Wiz, but for Village People?
Yeah. I mean, well, The Wiz would be an example of this. Yeah, or even like my movie, Times Square, would have been around the same time as this. This is just with disco.
Look at this cover. Is Steve Guttenberg singing in it?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I didn't watch it. I'm not interested.
I'm here to learn as well. I'm here to learn more too.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you said you're here for all the Guttenberg you can get on 4K.
As much as I can get.
So this is your assignment. Pre-order this bad boy because it's going to go immediately, Matt. You're not going to want to miss out on that slip. And then you tell me if Guttenberg brought the goods.
I honestly have nothing to say about this other than I saw it and was like, what is this? What is this cover?
It could be funny. It's of its era, all that stuff.
I mean, the fact that they like dead named Bruce Jenner on the cover still, that they even put it out there. And then you've got like Steve Guttenberg, all these other folk. And look, they're even doing Blu-ray for you. And look at all the new stuff that's coming.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure there's some audience. Or maybe, dude, maybe I'm aware of this because I read something, about cult films. And this is definitely in a cult film.
Do you see who's coming for a new commentary? A Village People expert, DJ Maynard.
Oh my God. How many times do we have to scream this? How do we get your jobs? Matt and I are Village People experts.
All right. Enough of this malarkey. Enough of this ballyhoo. No more of this. I had to just show someone else. When I saw this, it's like else has got to see this, and everyone that's watching has got to see it, as well as you, Russ. Let's close out with a little bit of dignity.
No more poppycock.
A little bit of respect on Umbrella announcements. And you might remember, Russ, I texted you about the incoming Umbrella announcements, and what my exact words were. I don't know what they're going to put out. But when I see these things on Monday or Tuesday or whenever it was, if there's like a no-brainer, got to pick up release for me, I'm going to pick that right up, and I'm going to pick up Late Night with the Devil at the same time, and I'm going to buy them, and that's going to be that.
But let's set this up. There's something's riding on this for me as well to save on shipping and use that code and all that. I'm going to go in with you and get a copy of Late Night with the Devil. So a lot was riding on this announcement for me as well. And when I saw it, I got happy because I was like, hey, I've seen that poster in Matt's basement.
The Goodnight Mommy poster.
Yes.
I do like the Goodnight Mommy poster a lot.
Oh, no. I was excited when I saw it. I was like, yes, he likes Goodnight Mommy. I'm going to get Late Night with the Devil now.
I'm not going to get Goodnight Mommy. I know. I'm sorry, Russ. I mean, okay, first off, this is the Umbrella slate of September. You've got Goodnight Mommy is honestly the only movie in this lineup that I even recognize. Irresistible, when I was reading about it, looks kind of cool. It's got like a really young Emily Blunt, Susan Sarandon, and Sam Neill, and it's like kind of like what I was reading is sort of like a I don't know, single white female or Hand that Rocks a Cradle situation where Emily Blunt's trying to like usurp Susan Sarandon to try to like become her, take over her life, get her out of here. Kind of sound like a cool like little thriller. I don't know about these other ones. And Goodnight Mommy, I was going to say, is I do like that movie. I think it's pretty good, but it's not enough to warrant a $55 plus special edition overseas. It's just not for me. So I think we're going to have to pass.
Wait, why can't you and I just get 2 copies of Late Night with the
We
Devil?
can, if you want to. It's a lot for a blind buy.
You're going to like it. I promise you. You're like, I do a channel doing this with you. I promise you, you won't be disappointed with Late Night with the Devil.
Will I be disappointed with Late Night for the Devil? I've known this man for damn near 30 years, but I can't take him for it, his word for it. I need to know what the chat has to say.
I'll be honest.
It's probably sold out at this point anyway. I haven't even looked.
That's true.
What are you talking about? Goddamn poppycock.
Yeah.
Goddamn ballyhoo.
That's true. Yeah, let's not live in the past, man.
I'm going to look at it right now.
All right. Okay.
We're going to live in the past and be terribly sorry. The Night Owls Fan Club Edition. All right, let's see. There's the Night Club, the Night Owl Fan Club Edition is out of stock. That's the one with the VHS tape. Okay.
Good point.
Well, you don't know yet. This is the VHS tape one. Let's see. Let's see if we can find the other one. I'll make it a surprise. Does anyone else out there know before I look this up and embarrass myself? Late Night with the Devil. Late Night with the Devil.
Humans being
out of stock.
Snooze, you lose.
Snooze, you lose on Late Night with the Devil.
You know what? I'm going to show this at movie night just so I know you've seen it and love it.
You still can get the single blue for $21. What are the chances that a U.S. company is going to put out a great release of this? What are the chances?
I mean, to be honest, a lot of umbrella stuff doesn't get... in that, well...
Was that a Shutter thing?
I was about to say, in terms of packaging, no. In terms of like transfer and all that, you're right. We might get one in America. Better packaging than that Late Night with the Devil? No, we're not going to get anything better.
Well, this is what the Goodnight Mommy one looks like. For anyone that's interested in Goodnight Mommy or any of these other titles, this is the one that I've seen that I like, and it is a very interesting movie. It is very creepy. It's one of those movies, and kind of sucks saying this because then if you haven't seen it, you kind of go into it with this in mind, but it is one of those movies that kind of maybe lives or dies by the twist that it has, and whether or not you're going to walk away feeling like I'm satisfied by that, or I feel cheated by that, or whatever. But everything that's going on in the movie definitely is not, it's unnerving. A little bit of it.
How was Naomi Watts in it?
I saw that she remade it, and I love Naomi Watts, but I was like, I could see the idea that she probably had making this, like, I could be this mom character and like all this kind of stuff, and I could see how with the best intentions that could work. But I think, wasn't that like some just Amazon streaming thing?
Isn't everything?
You're right. But I mean, I think it was only for that.
I just wanted to rip you because it's a remake of a movie you like, starring an actress I know you like, but it's a remake.
So you wanted to poke a little.
Yeah,
you like that?
A lot of angles I can work with there.
You like that? Well, I don't know. I would recommend people watch this movie. I don't know that, like I said, I could go in on a $55 collector's edition of it though. Personally, it's a little bit much. Anyone out there enjoy the Goodnight Mommy, or the Naomi Watts version, or just Naomi Watts,
or Amazon Prime?
Crickets out there. A lot of crickets. All right, nobody. Or Amazon Prime. I missed
even
that.
Lindsay in the booth.
She's like, I got nothing.
Stop talking to me.
Yeah, I'm not even going to speak anymore. Lindsay in the booth turned her mic off. All right, well, that's it for Umbrella. That's all we got. We're out of luck on Late Night with the Devil. Lindsay the producer left. No other Umbrella titles to like other than Goodnight Mommy. But I guess the only other quick. There's the labia. The only other quick thing I wanted to mention, which is kind of there's no news about it, but I'm kind of happy because I missed out on this the first time. It seems like Shout Factory might be reissuing their Blu-ray box set of Pee-wee's Playhouse, which has long been out of stock and sold out. And I always had that in my Amazon cart too, and just stared at it. Was like watching the price go up and down, 60, 70, 80, 90, like kind of like doing this the whole time. And then one day it was just gone, and now you can't get it at all. Snooze, you lose. But it looks like now they're going to put it back out. and I might pick it up finally.
What's the reason?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not actually sure.
money.
I saw, definitely
Yeah, but
money.
I meant, like, yeah,
I don't know if they like up the, maybe got a new license for some Pee Wee Herman stuff, or like you said, maybe it's just some more money. But I'm interested that they're putting that back out, that box set.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Pick that up. I'm still waiting for Pee Wee's Big Adventure to come out in 4K. Who puts that out?
Arrow.
The studio? Oh, Arrow.
Arrow or Sony Steelbook. Yeah, I could see something like that.
Sony Steelbook, Russ.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or Arrow. I would love an Arrow of Big Adventure.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. But that's all the news, Russ.
I've owned it on Blu-ray. I had a Tim Burton box set that had it on Blu-ray.
I have it on a single blue.
Yeah.
I don't have it on 4K though. That's all the main news that I saw. I thought looked interesting. Any news items that you want to share, or any news items that you at home would like to share?
No, like you said, it was pretty loose. Collateral, I pre-ordered as well. Yeah,
nothing really big.
Nothing that I felt the need. You know, sometimes when I'm on my own, I'm independent of you sometimes, and I'm perusing. I think to myself, I don't know if Matt, if we're going to cover this on the channel, I should bring it. But I had nothing like that this week. I knew we'd cover Collateral. There's no personal hidden Russ gems.
Yeah,
these past 2 weeks.
Yeah, nothing too big. Announced. Anybody at home got anything that they're excited about?
They're excited about our third giveaway.
We do have one last giveaway right at the very end.
Lindsay in the booth. Are you awake?
I'm still here. Sorry, guys.
Whoa, who's that? Oh, shit. Startled me.
No, in terms of things that people are excited about, Sexy Monkey said that they just got the Pusher trilogy limited edition from Umbrella.
Okay.
Nice.
And that's a perfect trilogy.
Okay.
And then Dustin Stroop just said, I've been eyeing the Umbrella Coffee website box, but damn the price plus shipping. I don't know. I don't know what that is exactly.
Okay.
And then Rich P just said, I'd love to see you guys do a series of best of 4Ks, like best comedies, action, sci-fi, action. Oh, you got a new producer, I think, in the, in the bunch.
Okay. Hey,
he's awake.
Hey, Rick, give us your deets. You in the area?
Oh, and a while back,
going places.
Someone had asked if the Nightmare on Elm Street artwork had been released since
Not
the
yet.
last chat.
No artwork yet. I'm like, everybody's waiting, like desperately.
I'm saying we're all like, are we gonna get that original Matt Nancy looking up with the eye, and then we all want that on a steelbook. Yeah,
That's what we're waiting on.
Whoa, the day that gets announced, we better be on call to shoot something
for real,
because that's gonna be big.
And someone asked when your second boutique label roundup video is going to come out.
Yeah, so we are going to do another a follow up. So we did our favorite boutiques, like a sort of a roundup, and it was mainly all the U.S. ones with Arrow thrown in for good measure because they kind of dipped their toes in both U.S. and U.K. We do have an international one that we're working on, and we'll hopefully have that up soon. We haven't shot it yet, but we've got to have it, like, we sort of have it planned out with the boutiques we're going to cover. There's a lot of information to kind of find out about all of these and see what's available. A lot of these companies don't really put out as much as I would think they would. Like if you go on, Criterion's got their own YouTube channel, and so does Vinegar Syndrome and a lot of these companies, but like they kind of just have the trailers for releases or some stuff for their streaming. Not too many. Criterion's got some, Vinegar Syndrome's got some, but not too many about like the process behind it, or like the restorations of these titles, or how they're going into it. There's like one or two small little documentaries that these companies go into, but I really wish there was more, because that's the kind of stuff I would like to compile when we put this together is, here's information about it, here's information about their processes, but you don't really get too much of that out there. So we're trying to be as all encompassing as we possibly can. So it'll take some time, but we're going to get there.
And it hurts because when we're trying to do, like when I researched Chow Factory and learned, they were sworn to secrecy. They're Illuminati. So we can't do anything. And we don't really have any connections in the biz just yet. Speak for yourself.
We don't have anyone at any of these companies that we can reach out to and say, hey, why don't you tell us a little bit about this? Or can you come on camera and talk to me about this?
You have no connections. Matt, I walked past Wanda Sykes 2 weeks ago.
You met Marissa Tomei.
I did.
Come on, Marissa.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Let's get a, like a My Cousin Vinny steelbook.
Dude, the Wanda Sykes thing was awesome, though.
Did she see you?
Yes. That's what made it funny. It was like a genuine, like,
oh.
in the wild. Because she lives where I live. She lives in the same, like, city, borough, whatever the hell. And she owns a restaurant on the main strip. And my wife and I were walking down the strip. And it was funny. I looked ahead and I saw a woman. But all I saw was a TLC shirt. Group, you know, like, don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah.
And I noticed that at first because I like music. I'm like, oh, damn, a TLC shirt. We kept, because she was walking this way, we were walking this way. And as we got closer, I'm looking at the shirt, but I look up and I did one of those like look, just like you would look at a normal person, but then my eyes got wide, like, oh shit, that's what.
Yeah.
And she saw that I did that. And then she looked at my wife and my wife did the same thing. And dude, it was cool. She just kind of looked at it, like smiled, like chuckled, like, yeah, it's me. Yeah, like, she was like holding takeout. She was trying to get to her car.
Yeah,
she was like, yeah, it's me. Like, yeah, hey, it was cool. I didn't talk to her or anything, but
Wanda, if you're watching, we miss you. Russ wants to.
No, I was just, those are my connections in the industry, man. I'm just saying, like, there's a playing field that you're on, and then there's me.
I met John Bernthal.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Oh, I said hi to him. Or no, I didn't do anything. I just stood there and stared.
What am I talking about? No
froze.
connections.
I froze completely.
You are a child actor.
I am a child actor. I did see John Bernthal. I said met. Let me rephrase. I saw him.
You should have.
He saw me though.
He saw you.
He saw me. He looked right at me as if to say, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I know you know, but be cool. Like, don't, like, we were at the beach.
He probably did it in an intimidating ass way though. Wanda Sykes was sweet.
Lindsay, the producer, was with me. She was also starstruck, and I think he looked at her more and may have been more interested in her than me, but I was like...
He said...
What would you have done in that situation?
How you doing, sweetheart?
He said, how you doing, sweetheart, to Lindsay, the producer.
Matt, would you have stood up for your wife? Would you have stood up to John Bernthal for your wife? Or would you have been like, nah, honey, that's John Bernthal. You gotta... I respect your decision. What would you have done, man?
If John Bernthal walked
Indecent
by...
Proposal starring John Bernthal, you, and Lindsay, the producer. How does that movie end?
That's when Matt explained what hot wife was to me.
Yes, that's when I had to come up with that term. If I was just standing there and I was like staring right at him and he looked at her and said, how you doing, sweetheart? Grabbed her arm and they just like walked off and I was just sitting there standing there. Yeah. I have no recourse.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Like, I guess she's hurt him now.
You're Rick in The Walking Dead.
Basically. Immediately. Immediately usurped. Immediately cuckolded. John Bernthal, any day of the week, pal.
I'd have done the same thing with my wife and Wanda Sykes.
Or she would have done the same thing with Wanda Sykes over you.
No.
Oh, no.
I said it right.
Okay. Vice versa. No. Okay.
Actually, that joke did, because Wanda Sykes is a lesbian. That joke probably would have landed.
Well, my
better
significant other wants the celebrity. Your significant other has to want it too. That's what made it tied in.
Yeah.
And the lesbian thing, which I forgot.
Bad host.
Well, that's it. That's all we got, except for one last giveaway before we wrap it up. And we want to ask one question of the audience out there, and that is to come up with, and we'll kind of look at this real time, a roast. We thought compliment, but that's we don't need pats on the back. What we thought was maybe it'd be funny to hear a very nice, lighthearted, good-natured roast.
I would love
of this channel, of us, whatever it might be, and the thing that makes us laugh is going to be the winner.
The thing that makes us cry is going to be the one that makes us quit doing this.
So let's throw that out there. Or if you have something nice to say, that'd be cool too. But really, I'm just looking to laugh at my own expense.
In honor of Tom Brady.
In honor of the Tom Brady roast, yes. Just I like it. And meanwhile, while the people are roasting us, Russ, I also wanted to throw out there that we've mentioned we have a lot of other great content coming up soon. We've got some videos around our boutique labels and some of our favorite titles that we would like them to put out. We have some 4K comparisons, talking about some of our favorite soundtracks of all time. But we also want to dive into some movie reviews again soon. There's so many that come out. It's kind of hard to know when my alarm's going to go off. There it goes. It's so hard to know sometimes what to review. What are some things that people will be excited to hear about? I know like Russ and I can pick anything we want, and we've reviewed Cool as Ice as an example, which to this day, less than 500 people have probably watched or care about. But I love doing it. I love talking about it with you.
Oh, yeah.
So whether it's something that is maybe not as popular, something that is popular, who knows? But if you have a suggestion, if there's a review you would like to see us cover, something that recently came out in 4K, something that's been out for a little while, drop us a line here too, comment on this stream, just so we kind of have a heads up. What are some directions maybe we should consider for some reviews in the future?
Well, Matt, I'd like to hear you talk about... Honestly, you know what's funny? I always thought, you know what we should do?
What should we do?
Because there's a handful of titles that are way like personal to me. I'm like, you've never seen Dazed and Confused. It'd be cool if maybe I watched some of your, personal greatest hits over the years that I missed and vice versa. And then we could review them that way. Like we could review Dazed and Confused, but it would be from a first time watch and an old burnout.
An old burnout watch.
I grew up watching it since it came out.
Someone wants us to review The Zombie Army. Someone wants us to review Last Dragon. This is where I come to see the boys be girls.
We gotta do Last Dragon for a Dennehy. Same thing as you. No, you have seen Last Dragon, right?
I have not.
Oh,
I still haven't.
Okay,
it's a blind buy Sony.
That's what we should do.
Joe W. Mitchell. I can't roast you guys, but I want to say thank you. The first part of the year has been hard for me mentally, and watching your videos and these streams have helped me through things. Joe, you are absolutely welcome. That was very kind. I hope everything's going okay.
Definitely. And we all go through stuff, and we all have those, a guilty pleasure, but like comfort watching things. I know. There's even certain channels I watch on YouTube where it's like, yeah, I'm just going to go there for a laugh.
Yeah.
That's amazing that we're there. Yeah. That's really incredible that we can do that for you.
To hear you talk about what you jerk off to has really inspired so many people.
My life has purpose now.
I look forward to celebrating your 10K subscribers from the comfort of my flying car.
Fuck, that's good.
Great. That's good too. Loved it. Oh my gosh. The cat drums were not yet. It hasn't come up. Brokeback Kings. Okay. Brokeback Kings.
I think we're both technically buying Brokeback Mountain, so I don't know.
We certainly are. You guys are comfort food. These aren't roasts. You guys are way too nice.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
It's like when you're like a clown and you're getting like those balls thrown at you before you fall into the water. It's like you're trying to agitate the audience to say something, to be mean to you. Like, I don't want anyone to be mean. But I do like that flying car comment.
That was
good. I literally laughed out loud.
That was good.
I literally laughed. You guys are like lovely baby reindeers. I haven't watched that. Isn't there like what's that, a documentary? Is that a show on Netflix? I feel like there's an inside reference on that I don't get.
Yeah, I don't.
Baby reindeers.
I don't watch. Not trying to sound like a hipster. I really try to avoid Netflix as much as possible.
Do you? Some more lovely comments. Not nearly enough roasts.
Yeah, dude. But this tells us everything we need to know. Is our audience is awesome.
They are awesome, but
we don't foster that kind of negative environment where people want to jump down. I do that if somebody brings up Woody Allen, but
there is a lot of hate for your sunglasses.
On this?
Not here. But I would say if there's any hate that I ever see, it's a lot has to do with your sunglasses.
No, okay. The hate, and you pointed this out.
Where are my sunglasses?
Dude, get some.
I'm going to wear them.
God damn, we can be Men in Black.
People keep saying, people that wear sunglasses inside, you don't know where I'm at. You don't know where this is.
I don't. Who cares?
This is open air.
I mean, who gives a shit about it? But my thing is, when you pointed out, because you were right on this, 9 times out of 10, when somebody like does something like that, that's personal.
Yeah.
It's always triggered by an opinion somebody said. Like one of the meanest things someone said to me, they roasted the way I looked, but then it was on something about the Lost Boys, and I made fun of the soundtrack of the Lost Boys.
Yes,
I'm a huge Doors fan, and I didn't like, People Are Strange being covered, all that. When I went to the guy's channel, who was like hard, not roasting, he was attacking me. I saw the only thing he had up. It was a Halloween music playlist, and it was damn near like all these songs from Lost Boys, and I'm like, oh, so I said
now you get it.
you hate me. You know, it's always stuff like that. That honestly, who cares?
All right, let's read a few more. Dingo Boy, the only place my wife does not disturb me while I watch, the other is when I'm doing number twos. Coming this summer, Dad bod and shades in Cruel Blue Summer. Sexy Monkey, I'm here for your humor, not the 4K chat. Well, that's good to know. Who the hell wants? I mean, physical media is going to die one day. You're going to have to come here and laugh at us for something.
That's right.
Otter and Bear, rehydrated.
All right, that one's fucking good.
I don't get it.
I think it's insinuating we're gay.
Like I'm the otter
Yeah,
and you're
I'm
the bear? Rehydrated.
And I guess we're I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
Made me laugh. In my
Google's
head-
Trowlo Day. Would love to see some videos on films you have multiple releases of. What's your favorite? Best to pick up some out of print stuff you might have that are now highly wanted.
Sick roast.
I like y'all's channel because it's the good timeline where the Terminator becomes John, alcoholic dad. Oh my God. What does this say? Saxophone train conductor apprehends shoplifter. Now I don't even know what these roasts are. These are like complex, deep 3-level roasts.
Well, you know what's going to be worse? We're in a live stream now. This video is going to exist, and we're going to get notified comments all the time, random roasts, because we asked for it, dude.
You kissing your Criterion collection was funny. I want to say thank you to that because that was something I did in the spur of the moment on one because I really, really wanted to give it a kiss. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to kiss all these.
It was oddly memorable.
A lot of people were like, I liked it. And some people were, I hated it. It was divisive. But see,
that's when you know you're making true art.
But a lot of my comment back was like, you don't kiss your movies or like you don't love your stuff? Like when no one's looking?
Now you're making it weird. Like, yeah.
You don't rub your gigantic
you.
Godfather like leather bound box on your face because it feels nice and smooth.
Be careful. You're going to smash your face in with that thing, dude. It says right on the side of Godfather 3, do not attempt to lift without help.
The cat drums, you pegging your Criterion collection didn't seem consensual. Me pegging my Criterion collection didn't seem consensual. You're right.
How was that pegging?
It did. Well, that's another video you didn't see.
No, but wouldn't you have a dick? You can't peg like. Actually, that's even funny. You have a dick and you're wearing a strap.
Double.
Fucking your Criterion
Double.
collection. That's an image.
Yes. Oh my gosh. A lot of good ones. I can read these all day.
Yeah, that's true.
But I can't.
Which one are you going with? Which one do you think? Which one made me laugh?
I mean,
which one was
the flying car made me laugh. The Otto and the bear made you laugh a lot. I mean, I don't know.
That was absurd to me. That was a thinker, and I'm still not sure if I got it right. So that was like the David Lynch roast. I'm with that one.
The David Lynch roast because you like we're not sure.
But then if we reward it and I'm wrong on my interpretation, then I'm Richard Kelly.
The good timeline where the Terminator becomes John's alcoholic dad.
That's pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
Pretty clever.
I'll let you decide, Russ. I think I picked the other two.
That is true.
I'll let you decide. Who's getting the last giveaway here?
Not just because the Terminator becomes. Fun fact: I am an ex-alcoholic, so that one, that roasts.
Sam Shepard's worst characters.
This is what happens when you live.
Is that us? That's us. 4K Kings. Sam Shepard's worst characters. That's good too. I feel like I'm not going to be able to decide. There's way too many. I feel like I'm needing to like come back to these and like decide what they are. What's the better ones? But go, Russ. You pick it. I can't.
All right, it's a tie for me between Terminator, John's
alcoholic dad,
Terminator timeline, John's alcoholic dad, or I like the flying car one. That was a nice channel jab. That was a nice channel jab.
It's also in line with probably how I would jab my own self.
Yes.
I feel like it's nice and self-deprecating.
Yes. Yeah. All right. We're going to go with the flying car.
But all of those were awesome.
Yes.
And if there's anything else we can ship out, we might. We have a lot of stuff that we could probably send out. If there's some other stuff, maybe there's some runner-ups. Some of those were awesome. Thank you for being good sports. Thank you for always watching. Everybody that's out there, we really appreciate all the support. For as long as you've been there, whether it's yesterday or since the beginning, we enjoy doing this. We enjoy coming here and having a good time and a laugh with everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And we hope to see everyone soon. Next Wednesday, we'll be back.
Wait, what?
2 Wednesdays, we'll be back.
Shit.
I was like, wait a minute. You live here now.
Next Wednesday.
2 Wednesdays from now, we will be back live as always, 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, and you did remind our winners. Reach out to us.
Yes, please.
Our email, you can find it in our info about channel.
Yep.
Give us your information so we can get you your gifts, your rewards, what you've won expeditiously.
We'll get it out there soon. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you next time.